Welcome, fellow trainers, to a journey unlike any other in the Pokémon universe. Tonight, we're diving deep into the complete lore of Pokémon Legends Z-A, a game that dares to reimagine everything we thought we knew about the world of Pokémon. If you're settling in for a restful evening or seeking knowledge to accompany your dreams, you've come to the right place. Picture, if you will, a city reborn from ashes. Lumiose City, the crown jewel of the Kalos region, stands transformed in ways that would astonish even veteran trainers who walked its streets during the tumultuous events of Pokémon X and Y. The dust has settled from those earlier conflicts, but peace has brought its own challenges. What emerges is not just a city rebuilding, but a metropolis wrestling with its very soul. This is not the Pokémon world you remember. Gone are the turn-based battles of old, replaced by something far more visceral and immediate. Here, in the neon-lit districts of this new Lumios, Pokémon and trainers move as one in real-time combat that pulses with the rhythm of a living city. Every dodge matters, every strike counts. Every moment of hesitation could mean the difference between victory and defeat. But beneath the gleaming facades of urban renewal, darker currents flow. A corporation called Quasartico Incorporated has taken the reins of the city's redevelopment, promising prosperity and progress. Yet their true motives remain shrouded in corporate speak and carefully crafted public relations. Are they the saviors Lumios needs, or puppet masters pulling strings for purposes known only to themselves? The city breathes with a rhythm all its own. By day, wild zones teem with Pokémon living freely among the urban sprawl, a testament to the coexistence that defines this new era. But when darkness falls, these same streets transform into battle zones where trainers emerge from the shadows, seeking glory in the nightly competitions that have become the heartbeat of Lumiose society. They call it the ZA Royale, and it represents everything this city has become. Trainers battle not just for sport, but for rank, for prestige, for the chance to climb from the bottom rung of Z all the way to the pinnacle of A. It's a ladder that promises much to those brave enough to climb it, including the ultimate prize, a wish granted to those who reach the summit. Yet, even as trainers pursue their dreams of advancement, the city faces a crisis that threatens to tear apart the delicate balance between progress and nature. Wild Pokémon are spontaneously undergoing mega evolution, but not the controlled transformations trainers have come to expect. These are rogue evolutions, violent and unpredictable, creating creatures of immense power driven by something approaching madness. Standing at the center of these mysteries is a figure whose very existence defies the natural order. AZ, the immortal former king of Kalos, now operates Hotel Z in the heart of Lumiose. His presence is both blessing and curse, for within his ancient mind lie memories spanning millennia, including the weight of choices that shaped the very foundation of the Kalos region. If you enjoy topics like this, I'd really appreciate a quick like, or even a subscribe. It helps more than you know. I'm always curious where you all are listening from, so drop a comment with your location and what time it is there. Love seeing our little global community connect through similar interests. You can listen along to this video playing in the background, or if you plan on falling asleep, dim the lights and let's ease into tonight's journey together. The story of AZ is one of love and loss, of sacrifice and redemption. His bond with a Floette transcends time itself, representing both the heights of devotion and the depths of regret. As players navigate the complex web of Lumiose politics and power, they inevitably find themselves drawn into AZ's orbit, becoming part of a narrative that began long before their arrival and may continue long after their departure. This is where you enter the story. As a new trainer in this reimagined Lumiose, You must choose your path from among 3 starter Pokémon that span the generations. Chikorita, with its connection to nature and growth. Totodile, representing adaptability and fierce determination. Or Tepig, embodying the fire of ambition and the warmth of loyalty. Your choice will shape not just your team, but your approach to the challenges that lie ahead. The game presents a world where every district has its own personality, its own challenges, and its own role in the greater tapestry of city life. From the gleaming corporate towers where Quasartico executives make decisions that ripple through every street, to the underground networks where information flows like water through hidden channels, Lumiose City is a character unto itself. Team MZ operates as the visible arm of order in this urban ecosystem, working ostensibly to protect citizens from the growing threat of rogue mega Pokémon. Yet their relationship with Quasartico raises questions about who truly serves whom in this new hierarchy of power. Are they guardians of the people, or enforcers of corporate will dressed in the uniform of public service? The supporting cast reads like a who's who of individuals caught between competing loyalties and hidden agendas. Detectives pursue cases that lead down rabbit holes of conspiracy. Researchers study phenomena that challenge everything they thought they understood about Pokémon evolution. Anna and Mabel return from previous adventures, bringing their own expertise to bear on mysteries that seem to deepen with every answer uncovered. As night falls and the battle zones activate, the city reveals its true nature. Here, trainers can launch preemptive strikes, ambushing opponents in tactics that blur the line between sport and warfare. The real-time combat system means that positioning, timing, and split-second decision-making become as important as type advantages and stat calculations. Mega Evolution takes on new significance in this environment. Rather than a simple transformation triggered by the bond between trainer and Pokémon, it becomes a dynamic force shaped by the flow of battle itself. Damage dealt generates mega energy, and maintaining momentum extends the duration of the evolved state. It's a system that rewards aggression and punishes hesitation, perfectly suited to a city where standing still means falling behind. But the most intriguing aspect of this new mega evolution system is how it connects to the rogue transformations plaguing wild Pokémon. What force drives these creatures to evolve beyond their trainer's control? What energy source feeds these violent metamorphoses? The answers lie buried in the city's past, in choices made by figures like AZ whose actions continue to echo through time. The urban redevelopment project that serves as the backdrop for these events represents more than simple modernization. It's a philosophical statement about the relationship between progress and preservation, between corporate efficiency and community values. Every new building that rises represents both opportunity and loss, both hope for the future and farewell to the past. Quasartico's vision for Lumios extends beyond mere construction and renovation. They're reshaping the very social fabric of the city, creating systems like the ZA Royale that channel competitive instincts into structured hierarchies. The question remains whether this represents genuine improvement or simply more sophisticated control mechanisms. The promise of a granted wish for those who achieve a rank serves as both carrot and stick in this new social order. It attracts the ambitious and the desperate in equal measure, creating a constant stream of challengers willing to risk everything for a chance at their heart's desire. Yet the nature of who grants these wishes, and what price they might demand, remains shrouded in mystery. As we prepare to explore the complete lore of Pokémon Legends Z-A, we'll uncover how individual stories interweave with larger themes of redemption, ambition, and the price of progress. We'll examine how the past refuses to stay buried, how love transcends even death, and how cities, like people, must sometimes be broken before they can truly heal. The planned Mega Dimension DLC promises to expand these themes even further, introducing spatial distortions that challenge our understanding of reality itself. Hooper's ring-based powers hint at connections between dimensions, while new mega forms like Mega Raichu X and Y suggest that evolution itself may be more fluid than previously imagined. Tonight's journey will take us through every district of this transformed Lumios, into the minds of characters both familiar and new, and deep into mysteries that span from the immediate concerns of urban politics to the cosmic implications of dimensional manipulation. We'll witness battles that unfold in real time, explore the emotional depths of immortal regret, and uncover the true cost of wishes granted by powers beyond human understanding. So settle in, dear listeners, as we embark on this comprehensive exploration of Pokémon Legends Z-A. Whether you're here for the gentle rhythm of lore to accompany your rest, or the deep dive into narrative complexity that only the Pokémon universe can provide, you'll find something to captivate your imagination in the hours ahead. The neon lights of Lumiose City beckon, the battle zones await activation, and somewhere in the depths of Hotel Z, an immortal king tends to memories older than the city itself. This is Pokémon Legends Z-A, a tale of redemption and transformation, of corporate ambition and personal sacrifice, of a city learning to live with both its dreams and its nightmares. Let us begin our descent into the complete lore of this remarkable game, where every street corner holds a story. Every battle carries weight beyond victory or defeat, and every choice echoes through time itself. Welcome to Lumiose City. Welcome to Pokémon Legends Z-A. Chapter 1. The Transformed City. Exploring the post-XY Lumiose City setting, the aftermath of previous conflicts, and how the urban landscape has evolved. Detailed examination of the wild zones, battle zone mechanics, and the day-night cycle that defines city life. Lumiose City. It's a name that conjures images of Parisian elegance, of bustling streets and dazzling lights. But the Lumios we're about to explore is far more complex, far more dangerous than anything we've seen before. Decades have passed since the events of X and Y, leaving their mark on every corner of this sprawling metropolis. The scars of Team Flare's ambition and the devastation wrought by the ultimate weapon are still visible, woven into the very fabric of the city's architecture and etched into the memories of its inhabitants. But Lumios isn't simply a city recovering from trauma. It's a city reborn, transformed by innovation and driven by a relentless pursuit of progress. Imagine the iconic Prism Tower, no longer just a symbol of energy, but a hub for cutting-edge research, its lights pulsating with the rhythm of a city on the move. The cafes, once havens of quiet conversation, now echo with the chatter of data streams and the hum of augmented reality interfaces. Even the cobblestone streets bear witness to this evolution, now seamlessly integrated with charging stations for electric vehicles and holographic advertisements that shimmer in the twilight. And beyond the familiar landmarks lie the wild zones, sprawling districts where nature reclaims its territory. These aren't the carefully manicured parks of the past. These are untamed ecosystems that thrive within the urban landscape, teeming with wild Pokémon and brimming with hidden dangers. Imagine scaling a vine-covered skyscraper, only to find yourself face-to-face with a territorial Ursaring defending its newfound domain, or navigating a labyrinthine alleyway where packs of mischievous Murkrow lurk in the shadows, ready to test your skills as a trainer. These wild zones aren't just aesthetic additions. They're integral to the city's ecosystem, a delicate balance between the man-made and the natural world. They provide essential resources, filter the air, and offer refuge to Pokémon displaced by urban expansion. But they also present unique challenges, requiring trainers to adapt their strategies and navigate unpredictable environments. Now, let's talk about the battle zones. Forget the traditional Pokémon battles of old. Here, combat is a dynamic, real-time experience. Picture yourself standing in the middle of a bustling plaza, surrounded by cheering crowds. Your Pokémon are no longer confined to static positions. They move with you, dodge attacks, and unleash their fury in a whirlwind of energy. These battle zones are more than just arenas. They're social hubs, places where trainers can test their skills, earn prestige, and climb the ranks. Imagine the adrenaline rush of facing off against a rival trainer, the crowd roaring with anticipation as your Pokémon clash in a spectacular display of power. The stakes are high, the competition is fierce, and the rewards are well worth the risk. But Lumios isn't just about progress and competition. It's also a city defined by its day and night cycle, a rhythm that dictates the ebb and flow of urban life. During the day, the city is a vibrant tapestry of activity, filled with the hustle and bustle of commerce, the laughter of children playing in the parks, and the energy of trainers honing their skills. But as night falls, a different side of Lumios emerges. The neon lights flicker to life, casting long shadows that dance across the streets. The wild zones become even more treacherous as nocturnal Pokémon emerge from their hiding places, and the battle zones transform into underground arenas where trainers push their limits in pursuit of glory. Imagine the feeling of walking through the city at night, the air thick with anticipation, the sounds of the city fading into a low hum. You never know what you might encounter around the next corner, what secrets the darkness might reveal. This is the Lumiose City that awaits you, a city of contrasts, a city of challenges, a city of endless possibilities. And as you navigate this transformed landscape, you'll quickly discover that the city's fate is intertwined with the actions of a powerful corporation, Quasartico Incorporated. But what are their true intentions? And what role do they play in the grand scheme of Lumios's redevelopment? That's what we'll uncover in the next chapter. Chapter 2, Quasartico Incorporated and the Redevelopment Project. Deep dive into the corporate entity reshaping Lumios, their public face versus hidden agendas, the scope of urban redevelopment, and the political implications of corporate-led city planning. Lumiose City reborn. But at what cost? The gleaming towers and revitalized districts didn't simply materialize out of thin air. They are the product of a single, powerful entity, Quasartico Incorporated. On the surface, Quasartico presents itself as a benevolent benefactor, the savior of Lumiose. Their public relations campaigns are masterful, showcasing gleaming new infrastructure, state-of-the-art facilities, and promises of a brighter future for all citizens. They sponsor community events, fund public works projects, and even offer scholarships to promising young trainers. Their CEO, a charismatic figure known only as Mr. Thorne, is a constant presence in the media, radiating optimism and assuring everyone that Quasartico's vision is aligned with the best interests of Lumios. But peel back the layers of carefully crafted PR, and a far more complex and potentially sinister picture begins to emerge. The sheer scope of Quasartico's influence is staggering. They control not only the construction and development of the city, but also key sectors like energy, transportation, and even communications. This level of control raises serious questions about transparency and accountability. How much power is too much for a single corporation to wield? Are the citizens of Lumios truly benefiting from this redevelopment, or are they simply being manipulated by a corporate agenda? The redevelopment project itself is a massive undertaking, transforming entire districts of Lumios. Old buildings are being demolished, replaced by sleek, modern structures. While some welcome the improvements, others lament the loss of historical landmarks and the displacement of long-time residents. The wild zones, initially presented as areas of natural beauty within the urban landscape, are increasingly being encroached upon by Quasartico's construction projects. And then there's the battle zone. While officially sanctioned as a form of entertainment and a way to climb the social ladder, the battle zone also serves as a convenient distraction from the deeper issues plaguing the city. The constant competition and focus on rank advancement keeps citizens preoccupied, preventing them from questioning Quasartico's authority or challenging their policies. The political implications of Quasartico's dominance are far-reaching. The city's mayor and council appear to be heavily influenced, if not outright controlled, by the corporation. Laws and regulations seem to be tailored to benefit Quasartico's interests, often at the expense of small businesses and independent entrepreneurs. Whispers of corruption and backroom deals are rampant, but few dare to speak out for fear of retaliation. You might ask, how did Quasartico gain so much power so quickly? The answer lies, in part, in the aftermath of the previous conflicts that ravaged Lumios. The city was vulnerable, desperate for stability and investment. Quasartico stepped in with promises of revitalization, offering solutions that seemed too good to refuse. But as the saying goes, there's no such thing as a free lunch. The corporation's hidden agendas are shrouded in secrecy, but rumors abound. Some believe they are searching for ancient artifacts or technologies hidden beneath the city. Others suspect they are conducting unethical experiments with Pokémon, seeking to unlock the secrets of mega evolution for their own gain. Still others fear they are simply exploiting the city's resources for profit, with no regard for the long-term consequences. What is Mr. Thorne's true motivation? What are the ultimate goals of Quasartico Incorporated? These are the questions that plague the minds of those who dare to look beyond the surface. And the answers you'll find are far more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. Consider the case of the Lumios power plant. Once a publicly owned facility, it was acquired by Quasartico under the guise of modernization. They promised cleaner energy and lower prices. But soon after the acquisition, the plant was shrouded in secrecy. Access was restricted, and reports of strange occurrences began to circulate. Workers spoke of unusual energy fluctuations, unexplained power surges, and even sightings of rare and powerful Pokémon within the facility. Some whispered that Quasartico was using the plant to conduct secret experiments, harnessing the power of Pokémon for their own purposes. Then there's the issue of the displaced residents. As Quasartico's redevelopment projects expanded, many long-time residents were forced to leave their homes. They were offered meager compensation, and many struggled to find affordable housing in the newly revitalized city. Some accused Quasartico of deliberately driving down property values in order to acquire land for their projects. These displaced residents formed a small but vocal opposition group, protesting Quasartico's policies and demanding fair treatment. But their voices were largely ignored by the media, which was heavily influenced by the corporation's PR machine. And what about the wild zones? The corporation claims that they are only expanding the city in a responsible and sustainable manner. But environmentalists argue that Quasartico is destroying vital habitats and disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The day-night cycle in Lumios takes on a whole new significance under Quasartico's rule. During the day, the city is a bustling metropolis filled with activity and commerce. Quasartico's PR campaigns are in full swing, showcasing the corporation's achievements and promoting their vision of the future. But at night, the city transforms. The battle zone comes alive as trainers compete for rank and glory. The streets become more dangerous as rogue mega Pokémon roam freely. And in the shadows, whispers of rebellion and resistance begin to emerge. You see, the citizens of Lumios are not entirely passive. There are those who are willing to fight back against Quasartico's control. They are forming underground networks, gathering information, and plotting ways to expose the corporation's hidden agendas. But they are up against a formidable opponent. Quasartico has vast resources, powerful allies, and a ruthless determination to maintain its grip on the city. The battle for the soul of Lumios is just beginning. Consider the implications of the ZA Royale system. While presented as a meritocracy, it is clear that Quasartico has a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. The higher your rank, the more privileges you receive. But those privileges come at a price. You become dependent on Quasartico's system, less likely to question their authority. The nightly competitions are not just about skill and strategy. They are also about control. Quasartico uses the ZA Royale to identify and reward those who are loyal to the corporation, while punishing those who are perceived as a threat. The district rivalries are another tool that Quasartico uses to divide and conquer. By pitting different districts against each other, they prevent citizens from uniting against a common enemy. The social hierarchy created by the battle system reinforces this division, creating a sense of competition and animosity. And what about the mega energy system? While officially regulated by the city, there are rumors that Quasartico controls the supply of mega energy, using it to manipulate the outcomes of battles and maintain its dominance. You might be wondering, why isn't anyone stopping Quasartico? The answer is complex. Many citizens are simply afraid. They fear the corporation's power, and the consequences of speaking out. Others are blinded by the promises of a better future, believing that Quasartico is genuinely working for the good of the city. Still, others are complicit in Quasartico's schemes, benefiting from the corporation's influence and turning a blind eye to its wrongdoings. But there are those who see through the facade, who recognize the danger that Quasartico poses to Lumios. These are the people who are willing to risk everything to expose the truth. They are the unsung heroes of this story, the rebels and resistance fighters who are working tirelessly to undermine Quasartico's control. They operate in the shadows, gathering information, spreading awareness, and plotting their next move. But they need your help. They need trainers like you who are willing to stand up for what is right and fight for the future of Lumios. Are you ready to join the resistance? Are you ready to uncover the truth about Quasartico Incorporated? The question isn't just about the corporation's motives, but also about the long-term sustainability of their vision. Can a city truly thrive when it's controlled by a single entity? What happens when the resources run out, or when the corporation's interests no longer align with the needs of the citizens? These are the questions that are being debated in the hidden corners of Lumios, in the underground networks and secret meetings where the resistance is brewing. And the answers you'll find are crucial to understanding the future of this transformed city. Think about the children growing up in Lumios under Quasartico's rule. What values are they learning? Are they being taught to think critically and question authority, or are they being indoctrinated into the corporation's worldview? The future of Lumios depends on the answers to these questions. It depends on whether the citizens can reclaim their city from the clutches of Quasartico Incorporated. It depends on whether the truth can be exposed and justice can be served. But as you delve deeper into the mysteries of Quasartico, you begin to realize that the corporation is not the only force at play in Lumios. There are other players, other agendas, other secrets that are waiting to be uncovered. And one of the most intriguing of these players is AZ, the Immortal King. His presence in modern Lumios is a mystery in itself. What is his role in this transformed city? What does he know about Quasartico's plans? And what is the connection between his ancient history and the current crisis? The answers to these questions lie in the heart of Hotel Z, AZ's enigmatic residence. But gaining access to Hotel Z is no easy task. It is a heavily guarded fortress, shrouded in mystery and rumor. But if you can find a way to penetrate its defenses, you may uncover secrets that could change everything. You may discover the key to understanding Quasartico's true motives, the truth about the rogue mega-evolutions, and the role that AZ is destined to play in the fate of Lumios. So, as you navigate the complex and dangerous world of Lumios, remember to keep your eyes open, your ears to the ground, and your mind sharp. The truth is out there, waiting to be discovered. But it will not come easily. You must be willing to risk everything to uncover it. And as you prepare to confront Quasartico Incorporated, remember that you are not alone. There are others who share your concerns, who are willing to fight for the future of Lumios. Together, you can expose the corporation's hidden agendas, reclaim your city, and build a brighter future for all. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover the ZA Royale and district dynamics, the social hierarchy created by the battle system, and how rank advancement truly shapes the culture of Lumios. Chapter 3: The ZA Royale and District Dynamics. Comprehensive exploration of the ranking system from Z to A, nightly competitions, district rivalries, the social hierarchy created by the battle system, and how rank advancement shapes city culture. Lumiose City, rebuilt and reimagined, is now governed by more than just its architecture and its corporate overlords. It's a city defined by its social strata, a hierarchy meticulously carved out by skill, strategy, and the unforgiving crucible of the ZA Royale. Imagine a city where your social standing isn't determined by wealth or family name, but by your Pokémon battling prowess. Where nightly competitions aren't just entertainment, they're the very lifeblood of the city's culture. This is Lumios under Quasartico's thumb. The ZA Royale isn't just a catchy name, It's a brutal, nightly tournament that pits trainers against each other in a relentless climb to the top. Think of it as a high-stakes ladder where every battle is a step up or a crushing fall. This is a game with real consequences. The ranking system itself is elegantly simple, yet devilishly complex in its implications. You start at the bottom, in District Z, a place where dreams are cheap and competition is fierce. From Z, you battle your way through Y, X, W, and so on, all the way to the coveted rank of A. But what does it mean to be in District Z? Picture cramped living spaces, limited resources, and the constant pressure to prove yourself. These are the proving grounds for the ambitious, the desperate, and the truly skilled. It's a district teeming with raw talent, just waiting for a chance to break free. Each district represents a different level of privilege and opportunity. As you climb the ranks, life gets easier. Better housing, access to superior training facilities, and even preferential treatment from Quasartico itself. The higher you climb, the more the city bends to your will. District A is the pinnacle, a place of luxury, influence, and unimaginable power. Those who reach the top live like royalty, their every whim catered to, but the path to A is paved with broken dreams and shattered alliances. The ZA Royale demands sacrifice. Now, let's talk about the nightly competitions. These aren't your typical Pokémon battles. They're real-time brawls, fought in designated arenas scattered throughout the city. Imagine the Colosseum, but with mega evolution and a crowd hungry for spectacle. The battles are broadcast throughout Lumios, every strike, every mega evolution, every defeat, playing out on massive screens for all to see. The city holds its breath with every match, its hopes and dreams riding on the shoulders of its champions. The ZA Royale is more than just a game, it's a cultural phenomenon. District rivalries are as old as the ZA Royale itself. Each district fosters a sense of loyalty and camaraderie, but also a fierce competition with its neighbours. These rivalries spill out of the arenas and into the streets. Imagine District Y, locked in a bitter feud with District X, graffiti wars, territorial disputes, and even staged Pokémon battles erupting in the dead of night. These rivalries are fueled by pride, ambition, and the constant pressure to prove their district's superiority. These district rivalries aren't just about bragging rights. They have real implications for resources and opportunities. Districts that perform well in the ZA Royale are rewarded with better funding and access to superior facilities. The stakes are always high. But the ZA Royale isn't just about individual glory or district pride, it's about the social hierarchy it creates. A hierarchy that dictates every aspect of life in Lumios. From where you live, to what you eat, to who you associate with, your rank determines your destiny. Think of the social stratification as a pyramid, with District A at the apex and District Z at the base. Each level enjoys a different degree of privilege and influence. The higher you climb, the more doors open to you. The lower you fall, the more opportunities close. This social hierarchy isn't just a matter of convenience. It's deeply ingrained in the city's culture. Those in District A are revered as heroes, their every move scrutinized and celebrated. Those in District Z are often treated as second-class citizens, their potential overlooked and their voices ignored. Rank advancement isn't just about winning battles. It's about mastering the art of strategy, building alliances, and understanding the complex political landscape of Lumios. The ZA Royale is a game of skill, but it's also a game of manipulation. Imagine a trainer in District W carefully plotting their rise to the top. They study their opponents, analyze their weaknesses, and forge alliances with other trainers who share their ambitions. They know that success in the ZA Royale requires more than just raw talent. Rank advancement shapes city culture in profound ways. It fosters a culture of competition, ambition, and ruthless self-improvement. But it also creates a sense of community and shared purpose. Everyone in Lumios is striving for something, whether it's individual glory or the betterment of their district. The ZA Royale also has a dark side. The pressure to succeed can be overwhelming, leading to burnout, depression, and even desperation. Some trainers resort to cheating, sabotage, and other unethical tactics to gain an edge. The pursuit of rank can corrupt even the most noble of souls. Consider the story of a young trainer named Anya, who rose rapidly through the ranks of the ZA Royale. She was hailed as a prodigy, her battles captivating audiences and inspiring hope in District X. But the pressure to maintain her winning streak took its toll. She began to cut corners, using underhanded tactics to secure victories. Eventually, her deceit was exposed, and she was stripped of her rank and exiled from the city. The ZA Royale is a double-edged sword. It offers the promise of a better life, but it demands a heavy price. It tests the limits of human ambition and exposes the darkest corners of the human spirit. It's a system that rewards the strong and punishes the weak, creating a society that is both exhilarating and deeply unsettling. The nightly battles aren't just a spectacle for the masses. They are a carefully orchestrated performance designed to maintain order and control. Quasartico uses the ZA Royale to distract the populace from the company's true agenda. The battles provide an outlet for aggression and a sense of hope, masking the underlying inequalities of the system. The ZA Royale is also a powerful tool for social engineering. Quasartico uses the ranking system to reward those who are loyal and punish those who are disobedient. Trainers who speak out against the company or challenge its authority are quickly demoted or even exiled. The ZA Royale ensures that everyone stays in line. The system is rigged, some whisper. The higher ranks are often filled with trainers who are secretly backed by Quasartico, their victories predetermined. These trainers serve as propaganda tools, their success stories used to inspire loyalty and discourage dissent. Imagine a young trainer full of hope and ambition entering the ZA Royale for the first time. They believe that hard work and skill are all that matter. But they soon discover that the system is stacked against them. They face opponents who are stronger, better equipped, and secretly supported by Quasartico. Their dreams are crushed, and they are left disillusioned and resentful. The ZA Royale is a cruel illusion, a game that promises opportunity but delivers only exploitation. It's a system that perpetuates inequality and reinforces Quasartico's control. But despite its flaws, the ZA Royale remains the dominant force in Lumiose City. It's the engine that drives the city's economy, shapes its culture, and dictates its social hierarchy. The allure of rank A is undeniable. The promise of luxury, influence, and power is enough to drive even the most virtuous trainers to compromise their values. But what truly awaits those who reach the top? What secrets are hidden behind the glittering facade of District A? The answer, as you might suspect, is far more complex than anyone imagines. It's a truth shrouded in mystery, whispered only in the darkest corners of the city. And it involves something far more profound than mere social status. What if reaching rank A wasn't just about material possessions or social standing? What if it unlocked something far more extraordinary? Rumors abound of wishes granted, of hidden powers awakened, of a connection to something beyond the realm of ordinary Pokémon battling. Imagine a trainer finally reaching the pinnacle of their ambition. They stand at the precipice of rank A, ready to claim their reward. But what they discover is not what they expected. They are confronted with a choice, a test of their character, a sacrifice that will determine their destiny. The nature of these wishes is shrouded in secrecy. Some say they are granted by a powerful Pokémon. Others believe they are the result of advanced technology developed by Quasartico. But whatever the source, the wishes have the power to reshape the lives of those who receive them. But who or what has the power to fulfill these wishes? That's the question that haunts the dreams of every trainer in Lumios. Is it a benevolent deity, a ruthless corporation, or something else entirely? The answer is as elusive as it is terrifying. The true cost of achieving one's deepest desires is a theme that runs throughout the ZA Royale. The pursuit of rank often requires trainers to sacrifice their friendships, their values, and even their own humanity. The higher they climb, the more they lose along the way. Consider the story of a trainer named Ren who dreamed of using his wish to heal his sick mother. He fought his way through the ranks of the ZA Royale, driven by his love and determination. But as he neared rank A, he was forced to make a series of increasingly difficult choices. He betrayed his friends, cheated his opponents, and compromised his values. When he finally reached the top, he was granted his wish, but he was left with a hollow victory. His mother was healed, but he had lost his soul in the process. The ZA Royale is a moral maze where every decision has a consequence. The pursuit of rank forces trainers to confront their own darkness and make choices that will define them forever. It's a system that rewards ambition, but it also punishes those who lose their way. The secrets of rank A are closely guarded by Quasartico. The company uses its power to suppress any information that could threaten its control. Trainers who ask too many questions or delve too deeply into the mysteries of the ZA Royale often disappear without a trace. The city is filled with rumors and conspiracy theories about rank A. Some believe that it's a gateway to a hidden world, a place where Pokémon and humans coexist in perfect harmony. Others believe that it's a trap, a way for Quasartico to exploit the desires of its citizens. The truth, as always, is far more complicated. Rank A is not a simple reward or a simple trap. It's a reflection of the desires and ambitions of those who seek it. It's a mirror that reveals the true nature of the human heart. The wishes granted at rank A have the power to reshape Lumiose City. Some trainers use their wishes to improve the lives of their fellow citizens, while others use them to further their own selfish ambitions. The choices they make determine the fate of the city. Imagine a trainer who uses their wish to create a sustainable energy source for Lumios, freeing the city from its dependence on Quasartico. Their act of selflessness inspires others to follow suit, creating a ripple effect of positive change. But what if a trainer uses their wish to seize control of Quasartico, plunging the city into chaos and tyranny? Their lust for power corrupts them, turning them into a monster who oppresses the very people they swore to protect. The future of Lumios hangs in the balance, dependent on the choices of those who reach rank A. The ZA Royale is not just a game, it's a battle for the soul of the city, and the outcome is far from certain. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover the emotional core of AZ's story, his ancient loss and eternal regret, the role of Floette in both past tragedy and potential future healing, and how personal redemption interweaves with citywide transformation. Chapter 4: Real-Time Combat and Mega Evolution. Mechanics. Detailed analysis of the revolutionary battle system. How real-time movement changes Pokémon combat. The dynamic Mega Energy system, and the strategic implications of momentum-based evolution. The heart of Lumiose City beats to a different rhythm, doesn't it? It's not just the dazzling lights or the soaring architecture, but the very way Pokémon battles are fought. Forget turn-based strategies of old. In Legends Z-A, you're in the thick of it. This is real-time combat, and it changes everything. Imagine the adrenaline pumping as your Greninja leaps and bounds around the battlefield, dodging a wild charge beam from a rogue Raichu. No more waiting for your turn. You control the flow, the positioning, the very momentum of the fight. But it's not just about button mashing. This system demands strategy, awareness, and a whole new level of understanding of your Pokémon's capabilities. Think of it like a dance, a constant push and pull. You're reading your opponent, anticipating their moves, and reacting in real time. You can strategically position your Pokémon to avoid incoming attacks, exploit weaknesses in their defenses, or set up devastating combos. And terrain matters. The urban landscape of Lumios, with its alleyways, rooftops and plazas, becomes your tactical playground. A well-placed double team near a pile of crates can create a perfect screen, while a powerful hydro pump unleashed from a rooftop can catch your opponent completely off guard. Now, let's talk about moves. They aren't just attacks anymore, they are tools for movement and control. A well-timed extreme speed can close the distance between you and your opponent in the blink of an eye, while a clever use of Protect can deflect even the most powerful blows. But here's the catch. Every move consumes stamina. Overexert yourself, and your Pokémon will be left vulnerable, panting and unable to react. Managing stamina becomes crucial. You have to learn to conserve energy, to choose your moments, to strike with precision and efficiency. This isn't just about winning battles, it's about dominating the arena, about mastering the flow of combat. It's about becoming one with your Pokémon, anticipating their every move and reacting as a single unit. But the real game changer? Mega Evolution. And in Lumios, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. Forget the static, one-time transformation. In Legends Z-A, Mega Evolution is a dynamic, momentum-based phenomenon. It's not just about having a keystone and a megastone, it's about building up mega energy during the heat of battle. Each successful attack, each perfectly timed dodge, each strategic maneuver generates mega energy. The more effectively you fight, the faster your mega energy meter fills. But here's the twist. You don't just activate Mega Evolution when the meter is full. When to unleash it. Do you unleash it early, gaining a temporary advantage to turn the tide of battle? Or do you hold back, building up even more mega energy to unleash a devastating, powered-up Mega Evolution that can obliterate your opponent? This decision adds a whole new layer of strategic depth. It's a risk-reward system that forces you to constantly evaluate the situation, to weigh the potential benefits against the potential costs. And the visual spectacle? Absolutely breathtaking. Imagine your Lucario, crackling with mega energy, its eyes blazing with power as it unleashes a flurry of bone rushes. But there's more. The duration of your Mega Evolution is directly tied to the amount of mega energy you've accumulated. A quick, early transformation might only last for a few seconds, giving you a brief burst of power. But a fully charged Mega Evolution can last for a significant portion of the battle, turning your Pokémon into an unstoppable force. And here's where things get interesting. The Mega Energy system isn't just about powering up your Pokémon, it's about momentum. The more you Mega Evolve, the more powerful your subsequent Mega Evolutions become. This creates a snowball effect. A skilled trainer who can consistently build up and unleash mega energy can completely overwhelm their opponent, creating a seemingly insurmountable advantage. However, this system isn't without its dangers. The rogue mega evolutions plaguing Lumios are a stark reminder of the potential consequences of uncontrolled mega energy. These Pokémon, consumed by their own power, become violent and unpredictable, posing a threat to both trainers and the city itself. Understanding the mega energy system isn't just about winning battles. It's about understanding the very fabric of Lumios, about unraveling the mysteries surrounding the rogue mega evolutions, and about protecting the city from a potential catastrophe. It's about mastering the power within and controlling it before it controls you. What you're starting to see is that the real-time combat and mega evolution mechanics are intrinsically linked to the narrative, the city itself. They are not just gameplay features, they are integral parts of the story, the culture, and the very identity of Lumios. But the questions remain. How does Quasartico Incorporated factor into this? What role do they play in the development and control of mega energy? And what secrets are they hiding beneath the gleaming facade of their redevelopment project? This new battle system seems to be a key that unlocks more than just victory in the arena. It unlocks a deeper understanding of Lumiose itself. Now, we've explored the thrill of the arena, the rush of mega evolution, and the intricacies of the battle system. But to truly understand the forces shaping Lumios, we need to delve deeper into the heart of corporate power. So, next, we turn our attention to Quasartico Incorporated and the redevelopment project, and what we uncover will shape the very foundations of this gleaming metropolis. The way you approach a Pokémon battle in Lumios has fundamentally changed. You're no longer a passive observer issuing commands, you're an active participant, guiding your Pokémon through a dynamic and ever-changing battlefield. This real-time system demands quick thinking, precise movements, and a deep understanding of your Pokémon's strengths and weaknesses. It's a far cry from the traditional turn-based combat we're used to, and it opens up a whole new world of strategic possibilities. Imagine this. You're facing off against a skilled opponent in the heart of a bustling Lumios plaza. Your Greninja is agile and quick, but your opponent's Venusaur is a powerhouse of raw strength. Instead of simply selecting moves from a menu, you're actively maneuvering your Greninja around the battlefield, dodging Venusaur's powerful vine whips and razor leaves. You're using the environment to your advantage, taking cover behind fountains and lampposts to avoid incoming attacks. Each move has a cooldown period, forcing you to think carefully about when and how to use your abilities. Spamming your strongest attacks will quickly leave you vulnerable, so you need to conserve your energy and time your attacks perfectly. A well-placed water shuriken can interrupt Venusaur's charge, while a strategic double team can create illusions that confuse your opponent. But it's not just about dodging and weaving. You also need to be proactive, exploiting your opponent's weaknesses and setting up devastating combos. A perfectly timed Ice Beam can freeze Venusaur in its tracks, leaving it vulnerable to a follow-up attack. Or you can use your Greninja's agility to get behind Venusaur and unleash a powerful Dark Pulse, hitting it where it's most vulnerable. The real-time combat system also introduces a new element of unpredictability. Random events, such as sudden downpours or gusts of wind, can affect the battlefield, creating new challenges and opportunities. A sudden rainstorm can weaken fire-type attacks, giving water-type Pokémon like Greninja a significant advantage. Or a strong gust of wind can blow away your illusions, leaving you exposed to your opponent's attacks. These dynamic elements force you to adapt your strategy on the fly, to think outside the box, and to be prepared for anything. It's a constant test of your skills and your ability to react to the unexpected. And then there's Mega Evolution. In Lumiose City, Mega Evolution isn't just a temporary power-up, it's a game-changing transformation that can completely alter the course of a battle. The Mega Energy system is the key to unlocking this incredible power. As you battle, your Pokémon gradually accumulates Mega Energy. The more effectively you fight, the faster your Mega Energy meter fills. But here's the catch. You need to manage your Mega Energy carefully, because once you use it to Mega Evolve, it's gone. You can choose to Mega Evolve early in the battle, gaining a temporary advantage to turn the tide of the fight. Or you can hold back, building up even more Mega Energy to unleash a devastating, powered-up Mega Evolution later on. The choice is yours, and it depends on your strategy and your opponent's tactics. But here's where things get really interesting. The Mega Evolution process isn't instantaneous. It takes time for your Pokémon to transform, leaving it vulnerable to attack. You need to time your Mega Evolution carefully, choosing a moment when your opponent is distracted or unable to strike. And once you Mega Evolve, your Pokémon's appearance and abilities change dramatically. Its stats increase significantly, its move pool expands, and it gains access to powerful new attacks. Mega Lucario, for example, becomes a whirlwind of steel and fury, capable of unleashing devastating bone rushes and close combats. But Mega Evolution also comes with a price. It drains your Pokémon's stamina, leaving it vulnerable to fatigue. You need to manage your stamina carefully, conserving your energy and choosing your attacks wisely. Overexert yourself, and your Mega Evolution will quickly wear off, leaving you weaker than before. The rogue Mega Evolutions that plague Lumiose City are a constant reminder of the dangers of uncontrolled Mega Energy. These Pokémon, consumed by their own power, become violent and unpredictable, posing a threat to both trainers and the city itself. Understanding the Mega Energy system is crucial to preventing these tragedies from occurring. The real-time combat and Mega Evolution mechanics in Legends Z-A are not just gameplay features, they are integral parts of the story and the world. They reflect the dynamic and ever-changing nature of Lumiose City, and they challenge players to think differently about Pokémon battles. But the question that lingers is, what is the true source of Mega Energy? Is it a natural phenomenon, or is something else at play? And what role does Quasartico Incorporated play in all of this? Their involvement in the city's redevelopment project raises suspicions, and their connection to the Mega Energy system is still shrouded in mystery. We've barely scratched the surface of the secrets hidden beneath the gleaming facade of Lumiose City. And as we delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding Quasartico Incorporated, we'll uncover a conspiracy that threatens to unravel the very fabric of this transformed metropolis. So, let's move into the world of corporate power and urban planning, as next we investigate Quasartico Incorporated and the redevelopment project, a story that will reveal the hidden agendas shaping Lumiose City. The thrill of victory, the sting of defeat, the roar of the crowd. These are the sounds of Lumios, but beyond the spectacle lies a complex system that redefines how we battle. This isn't your grandma's Pokémon game. Welcome to real-time combat, where reflexes and strategy intertwine. Forget the polite taking of turns. Here, every second counts. Imagine your Delphox weaving through the neon-lit streets, dodging a barrage of electric attacks from a rampaging Magnezone. It's a ballet of power, a test of skill, and a constant dance of adaptation. Positioning is paramount. No longer are you confined to static positions. You can now strategically maneuver your Pokémon to gain an advantage, hide behind debris for cover, scale rooftops for a higher vantage point, or use the narrow alleyways to create choke points. The city itself becomes your weapon, a dynamic arena where every corner holds a potential advantage or a hidden danger. Movesets are no longer just about damage, they're about control. A well-timed Psychic can push an opponent into an environmental hazard, while a clever use of Sunny Day can boost your Fire-type attacks and blind your opponent. Mastering the nuances of each move, understanding its range, its cooldown, and its potential for disruption is key to success. But the real revolution lies in the Mega Evolution system. This isn't just a temporary power-up, it's a dynamic transformation that can shift the momentum of a battle in an instant. The Mega Energy system is the engine that drives this transformation. As you battle, you accumulate Mega Energy through successful attacks, strategic maneuvers, and skillful dodges. The more effectively you fight, the faster your Mega Energy meter fills. But here's the twist, you can choose when to unleash your Mega Evolution. Do you unleash it early, gaining a temporary advantage to turn the tide of battle? Or do you hold back, building up even more Mega Energy to unleash a devastating, powered-up Mega Evolution later on? The choice is yours, and it depends on your strategy and your opponent's tactics. But Mega Evolution isn't just about raw power, it's about transformation. Your Pokémon's appearance changes, its abilities evolve, and its move pool expands. Mega Charizard Y, for example, gains access to powerful Fire-type attacks and becomes a formidable special attacker. But Mega Evolution also comes with a price. It drains your Pokémon's stamina, leaving it vulnerable to fatigue. You need to manage your stamina carefully, conserving your energy and choosing your attacks wisely. Overexert yourself, and your Mega Evolution will quickly wear off, leaving you weaker than before. The rogue Mega Evolutions that plague Lumiose City are a stark reminder of the dangers of uncontrolled Mega Energy. These Pokémon, consumed by their own power, become violent and unpredictable, posing a threat to both trainers and the city itself. Understanding the Mega Energy system is crucial to preventing these tragedies from occurring. This new combat system isn't just about winning battles, it's about mastering the art of Pokémon combat, about understanding the ebb and flow of energy, and about harnessing the power within. It's a system that rewards skill, strategy, and adaptability, and it's a system that will challenge even the most seasoned trainers. The real-time combat and Mega Evolution mechanics in Legends Z-A are not just gameplay features, they are integral parts of the story and the world. They reflect the dynamic and ever-changing nature of Lumiose City, and they challenge players to think differently about Pokémon battles. But the ultimate question remains, what is the true potential of Mega Evolution? What secrets lie hidden within the Mega Energy system? And what role does AZ, the Immortal King, play in all of this? His connection to the ancient history of Kalos and his knowledge of Mega Evolution may hold the key to unlocking the full potential of this powerful transformation. We've explored the thrill of combat, the power of Mega Evolution, and the mysteries of the Mega Energy system. But to truly understand the forces shaping Lumios, we need to delve deeper into the city's history and unravel the secrets of its immortal king. So, next, we turn our attention to AZ, the Immortal King, and what we uncover will shed light on the origins of Mega Evolution and the true destiny of Lumiose City. The traditional Pokémon battles we've come to know? Gone. This is a new era, a new way to fight, and it's all happening in real time. Lumiose City is no longer just a backdrop, it's an active participant in every single encounter. Think of your Pokémon as more than just a collection of stats and moves. They're now agile, responsive partners that you directly control on the battlefield. Imagine navigating your Sceptile through the twisting alleyways, dodging incoming attacks, and strategically positioning yourself for a devastating leaf storm. This is active combat, where your reflexes and tactical awareness are just as important as your Pokémon's inherent abilities. The city itself becomes your arena. Utilize the environment to your advantage. Take cover behind buildings to evade powerful attacks, climb rooftops for a superior vantage point, or use the narrow streets to funnel your opponents into advantageous positions. The possibilities are endless. Movesets have evolved beyond simple attacks. They are now tools for movement, control, and manipulation. A well-timed dig can allow you to evade an incoming attack and reposition yourself behind your opponent. A clever use of Rain Dance can weaken fire-type attacks and empower your water-type Pokémon. Mastering the nuances of each move, understanding its range, its cooldown, and its potential for strategic advantage is crucial to dominating the battlefield. But the true game-changer is the dynamic Mega Evolution system. Forget the static transformations of the past. In Lumiose City, Mega Evolution is a fluid, momentum-based phenomenon that can shift the tide of battle in an instant. The Mega Energy system is the key to unlocking this incredible power. As you engage in combat, your Pokémon gradually accumulates Mega Energy. Successful attacks, strategic dodges, and skillful maneuvers all contribute to the build-up of this potent energy source. The more effectively you fight, the faster your Mega Energy meter fills. But here's the strategic crux. You have the power to choose when to unleash your Mega Evolution. Do you activate it early, gaining a temporary advantage to disrupt your opponent's strategy? Or do you conserve your Mega Energy, building it up to unleash a devastating, fully powered Mega Evolution that can obliterate your opponent? The decision is yours, and it requires careful assessment of the battlefield and your opponent's tactics. However, the Mega Evolution process is not instantaneous. It requires a moment of focus, leaving your Pokémon vulnerable to attack. Timing is everything. You must choose the precise moment to initiate the transformation, when your opponent is distracted or unable to capitalize on your momentary vulnerability. Once Mega Evolved, your Pokémon undergoes a dramatic transformation. Its stats surge, its abilities evolve, and it gains access to powerful new attacks. Mega Swampert, for instance, becomes an unstoppable force of nature, capable of unleashing devastating earthquakes and waterfalls. But Mega Evolution comes at a cost. It drains your Pokémon's stamina, leaving it susceptible to fatigue. Managing your stamina becomes paramount. Conserve your energy, choose your attacks wisely, and avoid overexertion. If you fail to manage your stamina effectively, your Mega Evolution will quickly dissipate, leaving you weaker than before. The rogue Mega Evolutions that plague Lumiose City serve as a grim reminder of the dangers of uncontrolled Mega Energy. These Pokémon, consumed by their own power, become violent and unpredictable, posing a grave threat to both trainers and the city itself. Understanding the Mega Energy system is essential to preventing these tragic occurrences. The real-time combat and Mega Evolution mechanics in Legends Z-A are not merely gameplay features, they are integral components of the story and the world. They reflect the dynamic and ever-changing nature. AZ, the Immortal King. Complete exploration of AZ's character, his ancient history as ruler of Kalos, his relationship with Floette, the weight of immortality, and his current role operating Hotel Z in modern Lumios. Lumiose City holds secrets buried deeper than its oldest foundations, and at the heart of those secrets resides a figure shrouded in mystery, AZ, the Immortal King. He's more than just an NPC handing out side quests. He is a living paradox, a testament to a past cataclysm, and a crucial thread in the unraveling tapestry of Legends Z-A. But who is this enigmatic man who oversees Hotel Z, seemingly unaffected by the passage of centuries? To understand AZ, we must journey back, far back, to the ancient Kalos region, a land scarred by war and fueled by unimaginable loss. Imagine a Kalos consumed by conflict, a war waged between humans and Pokémon. AZ, then a young and beloved king, watched helplessly as his Floette, his dearest companion, was conscripted into battle, only to be lost forever on the blood-soaked fields of war. The pain was unbearable, a gaping wound in his soul that refused to heal. Consumed by grief and rage, AZ turned to the ultimate power, the power to resurrect his beloved Floette. He constructed a device, a weapon of unimaginable destructive force, fueled by the life energy of countless Pokémon. The ultimate weapon. It's a story we think we know, isn't it? But Legends Z-A hints at a far more nuanced, far more tragic reality. Perhaps the war wasn't as clear-cut as history paints it. Perhaps AZ's actions, though devastating, were born not only of grief, but also of a desperate attempt to restore balance to a world teetering on the brink of destruction. The ultimate weapon, in its activation, not only resurrected Floette, but also granted AZ immortality. But this was no gift. It was a curse, a perpetual reminder of the lives he had extinguished, the world he had irrevocably changed. He had his Floette back, but at what cost? Floette, horrified by the means of her resurrection, by the immense suffering inflicted to bring her back, abandoned AZ. Imagine the double blow, the elation of reunion shattered by the crushing weight of rejection. Immortal, yet utterly alone, AZ wandered the Kalos region for centuries, a silent observer of the rise and fall of civilizations, forever haunted by his past. The weight of immortality is a concept often romanticized, but Legends Z-A dares to portray its crushing reality, to witness the fleeting lives of generations, to see loved ones wither and fade while you remain unchanged, to carry the burden of ancient sins. It's a torment beyond comprehension. Think about it. Every face AZ sees is destined to vanish. Every bond he forms is destined to break. He is a ghost in his own world, forever tethered to a past he can never escape. This isn't the immortality of a superhero, it's the agonizing existence of a man trapped in amber, forced to relive his greatest tragedy on an endless loop. And now, in the futuristic Lumiose City, he operates Hotel Z. Why? Is it simply a place to rest his weary head? A quiet corner to escape the relentless march of time? Or does Hotel Z serve a deeper purpose, a hidden function linked to the city's redevelopment and the strange events unfolding around it? Consider the location. Hotel Z is not just any building, it's strategically positioned within the transformed urban landscape. Could it be a nexus point, a place where the energies of the past and the present converge? Could AZ be monitoring the city, watching for signs of a repeat of history, a recurrence of the events that led to the Kalos War? His interactions with the player character are also telling. He offers cryptic advice, hints at knowledge that transcends the present, and seems to possess an uncanny awareness of the forces at play within Lumios. He's not just a quest giver, he's a guide, a mentor, perhaps even a reluctant savior. But what are his true motives? Does he seek redemption, a way to atone for his past actions? Or is he simply manipulating events from behind the scenes, using the player as a pawn in a game far grander than they can comprehend? The key to understanding AZ lies in his relationship with Floette. Is she still alive? Is she aware of his presence? And what role will she play in the unfolding events of Legends Z-A? Perhaps the spontaneous mega-evolutions plaguing the city are somehow connected to AZ's past, a consequence of the ultimate weapon's lingering effects. Perhaps Floette's presence or absence is triggering these chaotic transformations. Imagine a scenario where the mega-energy, the power that fuels these evolutions, is somehow resonating with the residual energy of the ultimate weapon, creating unstable and unpredictable mutations. And AZ, bound to that energy, is the only one who can understand and potentially control it. His immortality, once a curse, could become the key to saving Lumiose City. But at what cost? What sacrifices will he be forced to make to prevent history from repeating itself? And can he ever truly find peace, knowing that his actions set these events in motion? The narrative surrounding AZ in Legends Z-A isn't just a retelling of a familiar story, it's a profound exploration of guilt, redemption, and the enduring power of love and loss. It challenges us to question the black and white morality of the past and to consider the complex motivations that drive even the most seemingly villainous characters. Perhaps AZ isn't a villain at all. Perhaps he's a victim, trapped in a cycle of his own making, desperately seeking a way to break free. And perhaps the player character, through their actions and choices, holds the key to his salvation. But what if Floette holds the true key? What if her return is not only essential for AZ's redemption, but also for the stability of Lumiose City itself? What if the mega evolutions are a direct result of their fractured bond, a manifestation of the pain and separation that has endured for centuries? Consider this. The mega stones, the catalysts for mega evolution, are said to resonate with the bond between trainer and Pokémon. What if the rogue mega evolutions are occurring because that bond is being disrupted, corrupted by a force linked to AZ and Floette's tragic history? Perhaps the player's quest to unravel the mysteries of Lumiose will ultimately lead them to reunite AZ and Floette, to heal the ancient wounds that continue to plague the city. But this reunion will not be easy. It will require confronting the ghosts of the past, facing the consequences of AZ's actions, and making difficult choices that will determine the fate of Lumiose City and its inhabitants. And what of Hotel Z? Is it merely a sanctuary, or does it hold a hidden chamber, a secret laboratory where AZ conducts experiments, seeking a way to undo the effects of the ultimate weapon? Could it be a gateway to another dimension, a place where he hopes to find Floette, or a way to reverse his immortality? The possibilities are endless, and Legends Z-A promises to delve deep into the heart of AZ's character, revealing the complexities and contradictions that make him one of the most compelling figures in the Pokémon universe. His role in the ZA Royale, the nightly competitions that define Lumiose society, is also worth considering. Is he simply an observer, watching the battles unfold with detached amusement? Or is he subtly influencing the outcomes, manipulating the participants to achieve a specific goal? Perhaps the ZA Royale is a twisted reflection of the ancient war that tore Kalos apart, a modern-day gladiatorial contest designed to hone the skills of potential protectors, warriors capable of defending the city against future threats. And AZ, the immortal king, is the silent orchestrator, guiding the players towards their destiny. But what if the ZA Royale is something far more sinister? What if it's a way for Quasartico Incorporated to identify and exploit individuals with unique abilities, to harness their power for their own nefarious purposes? And AZ, knowingly or unknowingly, is aiding them in their scheme. The truth is shrouded in mystery, and only by delving deeper into the heart of Lumiose City can we hope to uncover the secrets of AZ, the immortal king. His past is intertwined with the fate of the city, and his future will determine its destiny. But how does one truly atone for an act that reshaped the world? Can AZ ever escape the shadow of the ultimate weapon? And what role will the player character play in his ultimate redemption, or his ultimate downfall? The answers lie hidden within the streets of Lumiose, waiting to be discovered. But be warned, the truth is often more complex and more painful than we can imagine. And the choices we make will have far-reaching consequences, not only for AZ, but for the entire city. The mystery of AZ is not just a side story, it's the central pillar upon which the narrative of Legends Z-A rests. It's a story of loss, regret, and the enduring power of hope. And it's a story that will challenge our perceptions of good and evil, forcing us to question the very nature of morality. So, as we delve deeper into the world of Legends Z-A, let us remember the tragic figure of AZ, the immortal king. He is more than just a character in a game. He is a reflection of our own humanity, our capacity for both great love and great destruction. His story is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most powerful individuals are not immune to the consequences of their actions. And it's a testament to the enduring power of hope, the belief that even in the darkest of times, redemption is always possible. But this journey into the past, into the heart of AZ's immortal existence, only sets the stage for an even greater revelation, because next, we uncover the truth behind the wishes granted to Rank A trainers and the hidden powers that lie dormant within Lumiose City, waiting to be awakened. Before we dive deeper into this incredible journey, I'm curious, where in the world are you watching this from? Drop a comment below and let our global community know. And if you're finding this as mind-blowing as I am, hit that like button to help more people discover this story. Chapter 6: The Rogue Mega Crisis. Investigation into the mysterious, spontaneous mega-evolutions affecting wild Pokémon, the violent nature of these transformations, their impact on city safety, and theories about their origin. Lumiose City, a beacon of progress and innovation, was facing a crisis unlike anything it had ever seen. It wasn't a sudden blackout, a corporate scandal, or even a political coup. This was something far more primal, far more terrifying, the Rogue Mega Crisis. Imagine walking through the elegant streets of Lumios, the Prism Tower shimmering in the distance, when suddenly a nearby Pokémon erupts with uncontrolled mega evolution. A peaceful Houndour, normally basking in the afternoon sun, twists and contorts, its body surging with untamed energy. Its eyes glow with a furious red light, no longer recognizing friend from foe. It becomes a monstrous Mega Houndoom, lashing out at anything that moves, its normally controlled flames now a raging inferno. This wasn't an isolated incident. Reports were flooding in from across the city, from the wild zones to the most populated districts. Pokémon, seemingly at random, were undergoing spontaneous and violent mega-evolutions. These weren't the calculated, trainer-controlled transformations we'd seen in the past. These were chaotic bursts of power, overwhelming the Pokémon and turning them into destructive forces of nature. The impact on city safety was immediate and devastating. The protectors, already stretched thin dealing with the usual urban chaos, were now struggling to contain these rampaging mega Pokémon. Evacuation sirens blared constantly, the once familiar sound now a harbinger of fear. Buildings were damaged, streets were blocked, and citizens lived in constant dread of the next outburst. But why was this happening? What was causing these Pokémon to undergo such violent transformations? Theories abounded, ranging from scientific explanations to ancient folklore. Some believed that the city's rapid redevelopment, spearheaded by Quasartico Incorporated, was somehow disrupting the natural energy flows of the region, triggering these unstable mega-evolutions. Could the very foundations of Lumios be to blame? Others pointed to the wild zones, those pockets of untamed wilderness within the urban sprawl. Perhaps some unknown energy source hidden deep within these zones was leaking out, affecting the Pokémon population. Were these wild zones not so wild after all, concealing a dangerous secret that was now coming to light? Then there were the whispers of ancient legends, tales of a time when mega-evolution was a raw and untamed power, a force that could reshape the world. Could something from the distant past be resurfacing, a forgotten energy stirring beneath the city streets? Was AZ's presence somehow connected, his ancient power inadvertently influencing the Pokémon around him? The scientific community scrambled for answers. Researchers analysed the affected Pokémon, searching for any common threads, any clues that could explain this phenomenon. They examined their DNA, their energy signatures, their environmental conditions, desperate to find a cause, a pattern, anything that could help them understand what was happening. One of the leading theories centered around mega energy itself. Was there a flaw in the way mega energy was understood? A hidden instability that could be triggered under certain conditions? Perhaps the city's unique energy grid, designed to power its advanced technology, was somehow interfering with the natural flow of mega energy, causing these unpredictable surges. Another theory focused on the Pokémon themselves. Were some Pokémon more susceptible to these spontaneous mega-evolutions than others? Was there a genetic predisposition, a hidden weakness that made them vulnerable to this chaotic transformation? Or was it something environmental, a specific toxin or pollutant that was triggering these outbursts? The rogue mega crisis wasn't just a threat to the city's physical safety, it was also a threat to its social fabric. Fear and suspicion spread like wildfire. People began to distrust Pokémon, even their own loyal companions. The bond between humans and Pokémon, once a cornerstone of Kalosian society, was now strained, threatened by this unknown force. The ZA Royale, the city's nightly battle competition, was thrown into chaos. Matches were cancelled, districts were placed under lockdown, and the ranking system itself was threatened. How could anyone compete in a battle tournament when the very Pokémon they relied on could suddenly turn into uncontrollable monsters? The carefully constructed social hierarchy of Lumios was crumbling under the weight of this crisis. Even the black market, usually a reliable source of information and resources, was struggling to keep up. The demand for protective gear and energy dampeners skyrocketed, but the supply was limited. Rumors spread of shady dealers selling untested and potentially dangerous devices, preying on people's fear and desperation. Amidst the chaos, a small group of individuals began to investigate the crisis on their own. These were not official investigators, not protectors, not even members of Quasartico Incorporated. They were ordinary citizens, driven by a sense of responsibility, a desire to protect their city and their Pokémon. They included former trainers, scientists, and even hackers, each with their own unique skills and knowledge. They pooled their resources, shared their information, and worked tirelessly to uncover the truth behind the rogue mega crisis. They knew that the fate of Lumiose City rested on their shoulders. One of the key investigators was a young woman named Anya, a former Pokémon researcher who had lost her job after questioning Quasartico's environmental practices. She believed that the company's redevelopment project was directly linked to the crisis, that their relentless pursuit of progress was disrupting the natural balance of the city. Anya spent countless hours poring over data, analysing energy readings, and interviewing witnesses. She uncovered a pattern, a correlation between the areas most affected by the rogue mega crisis and the locations of Quasartico's construction sites. The closer you were to a Quasartico project, the more likely you were to encounter a rogue mega evolution. But proving her theory was difficult. Quasartico had a tight grip on information, and anyone who dared to question their practices was quickly silenced. Anya knew that she was walking a dangerous path, that she could be putting herself and her loved ones at risk. But she couldn't stand by and watch her city be destroyed. Another member of the investigation team was a former protector named Kai. He had been forced to resign after witnessing firsthand the corruption within the organization. He knew that the protectors were not truly dedicated to protecting the city, they were more concerned with maintaining order and protecting Quasartico's interests. Kai had access to inside information, knowledge of the protectors' protocols and their hidden agendas. He knew where to look for clues, who to talk to, and how to avoid detection. He was a valuable asset to the investigation team, a bridge between the official world and the underground network of informants and rebels. Together, Anya, Kai, and their allies delved deeper into the mystery of the rogue mega crisis. They followed the clues, piecing together the fragments of information, uncovering a conspiracy that reached to the highest levels of Lumiose society. They discovered that Quasartico was not just disrupting the natural balance of the city, they were actively manipulating it, experimenting with mega energy in ways that were both reckless and dangerous. But why? What was Quasartico's motive? What were they hoping to achieve by unleashing this wave of chaotic mega evolutions? The answer, they discovered, was far more sinister than they could have ever imagined. Quasartico was not just interested in redevelopment, they were interested in control. They believed that by mastering mega energy, they could control the very fabric of reality, reshape the world in their own image. The rogue mega crisis was not an accident. It was a deliberate act, a calculated experiment designed to test the limits of mega energy and to pave the way for Quasartico's ultimate goal: total domination. The investigation team knew that they had to stop Quasartico, but they were up against a powerful and ruthless enemy. They were outgunned, outmanned and outmaneuvered. But they had one thing that Quasartico didn't: the support of the people. They rallied the citizens of Lumios, sharing their findings, exposing Quasartico's lies, and inspiring them to fight for their city. They organized protests, launched online campaigns, and even staged daring raids on Quasartico's facilities. The battle for Lumios was just beginning, a battle between corporate greed and human compassion, between technological advancement and natural harmony, between control and freedom. The fate of the city, and perhaps the world, hung in the balance. As the investigation deepened, a recurring symbol began to emerge in connection with the rogue mega-crisis, an emblem resembling a distorted DNA helix intertwined with an energy surge. This symbol, initially dismissed as graffiti or a random design, appeared at the sites of several major incidents, and even seemed subtly etched into some of Quasartico's equipment. Anya, with her scientific background, recognized the significance of the symbol. It wasn't just a random design, it was a representation of a highly advanced form of genetic manipulation, a technique that could potentially amplify or suppress the mega-evolution process. But who was behind this technology, and what were their intentions? The symbol led the investigation team to a hidden laboratory beneath Lumiose City, a secret facility where Quasartico was conducting clandestine experiments on Pokémon. They discovered evidence of forced mega-evolutions, genetic modifications, and even attempts to create artificial megastones. The lab was a horrifying testament to Quasartico's ambition, a place where Pokémon were treated as mere test subjects, their bodies and minds twisted and contorted in the name of scientific progress. The investigation team vowed to shut down the lab and expose Quasartico's atrocities to the world. But as they delved deeper into the lab's secrets, they stumbled upon something even more disturbing: a connection to AZ, the immortal king of Kalos. They discovered that AZ had been secretly advising Quasartico, sharing his ancient knowledge of mega-evolution and helping them to refine their experiments. But why would AZ, a figure of such historical significance, align himself with a corporation as corrupt as Quasartico? Was he being manipulated? Or did he have his own agenda, a hidden purpose that he was pursuing through Quasartico's research? The investigation team was divided. Some believed that AZ was still a force for good, that he was simply trying to use his knowledge to help the city. Others were convinced that he had been corrupted by his immortality, that he had lost his way and was now a threat to Lumios. The truth, as they would soon discover, was far more complex. AZ's involvement with Quasartico was not driven by a desire for power or control. It was driven by a desperate hope, a yearning to undo the mistakes of his past and to finally find peace. He believed that by unlocking the secrets of mega-evolution, he could somehow bring back Floette, his beloved Pokémon who had been lost to him centuries ago. He was willing to do anything, even align himself with a corporation as ruthless as Quasartico, if it meant reuniting with his lost love. But his actions had unintended consequences. His experiments with mega-energy had destabilized the city, triggering the rogue mega-crisis and putting countless lives at risk. He had become the very thing he had once fought against, a force of destruction. The investigation team knew that they had to confront AZ, to make him see the error of his ways and to help him find a better path. But they also knew that confronting an immortal king was no easy task. They would need all their skills, their courage, and their Pokémon to succeed. The rogue mega-crisis was not just a scientific mystery or a corporate conspiracy. It was a personal tragedy, a story of loss, regret, and the enduring power of love. It was a story that would test the limits of their abilities and force them to confront the darkest aspects of human nature. It was a story that would ultimately determine the fate of Lumiose City. The path ahead was fraught with peril, but they were determined to see it through. They knew that the future of Lumiose depended on their success. They were the city's last hope, the only ones who could unravel the mystery of the rogue mega-crisis and bring peace back to the streets of Lumiose. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover the hidden networks that operate in the shadows of Lumiose, the information brokers, the smugglers, and the rebels who hold the key to unlocking the city's deepest secrets. Chapter 7. Team MZ, and the Protectors. Examination of the organization tasked with maintaining order, their relationship with Quasartico, their role in handling rogue mega Pokémon, and questions about their true loyalties and effectiveness. Lumiose City, a beacon of progress, a testament to human ingenuity and Pokémon partnership. But even in this gleaming metropolis, shadows lurk, shadows cast by those tasked with protecting it. We're talking about TMZ, or as they're more commonly known, the Protectors. Their mandate is clear: maintain order, safeguard citizens, and neutralize the escalating threat of rogue mega evolutions. A noble calling, wouldn't you agree? But scratch beneath the surface, and you'll find a complex web of allegiances, questionable tactics, and a disturbing reliance on Quasartico Incorporated. Let's start with the basics. Team MZ presents itself as an independent entity, a dedicated force operating solely for the benefit of Lumios. Their headquarters, a sleek, modern structure strategically located near the city's central plaza, radiates an aura of efficiency and authority. Their uniforms, a crisp blend of black and electric blue, are instantly recognizable. They patrol the streets, respond to emergencies, and generally project an image of unwavering competence. But who funds them? Where do they get their resources? The official answer points to a combination of city grants and private donations. A plausible explanation perhaps, but one that crumbles under scrutiny. The scale of TMMZ's operations, the advanced technology they employ, the sheer number of personnel under their command, all of this suggests a far more substantial source of income. And that source, more often than not, leads directly back to Quasartico Incorporated. The corporation, in its public statements, acknowledges a partnership with Team MZ, citing a shared commitment to urban safety and technological advancement. They claim to provide funding and resources as part of their corporate social responsibility initiatives. A generous gesture, no doubt. But is it truly altruistic? Consider this. Quasartico's redevelopment projects are often met with resistance from local communities. Concerns about displacement, environmental impact, and the erosion of Lumios's cultural heritage are frequently raised. Team MZ, in these situations, often finds itself acting as a de facto security force for Quasartico, quelling protests, enforcing eviction notices, and generally ensuring that the corporation's agenda proceeds unhindered. Is this simply a case of TMMZ upholding the law, or are they actively suppressing dissent on behalf of their corporate benefactors? The line, you see, becomes increasingly blurred, and the implications are deeply troubling. Then there's the issue of rogue mega evolutions. These spontaneous, often violent transformations pose a significant threat to Lumios. Wild Pokémon, suddenly overwhelmed by mega energy, rampage through the city, endangering lives and causing widespread damage. Team MZ is tasked with containing these outbreaks, neutralizing the affected Pokémon, and restoring order. Their methods, however, are far from gentle. They employ advanced weaponry, specialized capture devices, and often resort to force to subdue the rampaging Pokémon. While their actions are undoubtedly effective in preventing further destruction, questions remain about the long-term consequences. Are they truly helping these Pokémon, or are they simply treating them as threats to be eliminated? Rumors circulate of Pokémon being permanently confined to research facilities, subjected to experimentation aimed at understanding the rogue mega evolution phenomenon. Whispers of Pokémon disappearing altogether, never to be seen again. Are these simply unfounded conspiracy theories? Or is there a darker truth lurking beneath the surface? The effectiveness of Team MZ is also a matter of debate. While they are quick to respond to incidents and adept at containing outbreaks, they seem to be constantly playing catch-up. The rogue mega evolutions continue to occur with alarming frequency, suggesting that Team MZ is failing to address the root cause of the problem. Are they simply overwhelmed by the scale of the crisis? Or are they deliberately focusing on short-term solutions while ignoring the underlying issues? Some speculate that Quasartico, with its own vested interests in the city's redevelopment, may be subtly influencing Team MZ's priorities. directing their efforts towards containing the symptoms rather than curing the disease. And what about Team MZ's internal structure? Who are the individuals pulling the strings? Who is ultimately responsible for the decisions being made? The organization is notoriously secretive, with a rigid chain of command and limited transparency. Information is tightly controlled and dissent is quickly silenced. The leader of Team MZ, known only as Commander X, is a figure shrouded in mystery. Little is known about their background, their motivations, or their relationship with Quasartico. They rarely appear in public, preferring to operate from behind the scenes, issuing directives through intermediaries. Some believe that Commander X is a true believer, a dedicated individual genuinely committed to protecting Lumios. Others suspect that they are simply a puppet, a figurehead controlled by Quasartico's corporate overlords. The truth, as always, is likely far more complex. Within Team MZ, there are various specialized units, each with its own distinct role and responsibilities. The patrol unit is responsible for maintaining a visible presence on the streets, deterring crime, and responding to minor incidents. The containment unit specializes in handling rogue mega-evolutions, employing advanced capture techniques and specialized weaponry. The research unit is tasked with studying the rogue mega-evolution phenomenon, analyzing data, and developing countermeasures. And then there's the Internal Affairs Unit, responsible for investigating allegations of misconduct within Team MZ. A necessary function, perhaps, but one that is often viewed with suspicion. Critics argue that the Internal Affairs Unit is primarily used to silence dissent, protect the organization's image, and shield its leaders from scrutiny. The relationship between TMMZ and the citizens of Lumios is complex and often fraught with tension. While many appreciate their efforts to maintain order and protect the city from danger, others view them with suspicion and distrust. Concerns about excessive force, privacy violations, and the suppression of dissent are frequently raised. The ZA Royale, with its ranking system and nightly competitions, further complicates the dynamic. Team MZ is responsible for overseeing the battles, enforcing the rules, and ensuring the safety of the participants. But their impartiality is often questioned. Accusations of favoritism, corruption, and the manipulation of rankings are rampant. Do they turn a blind eye to violations committed by those aligned with Quasartico? Do they actively sabotage the efforts of those who challenge the corporation's authority? The answers, unfortunately, are not always clear. The Protectors, as they are known, are not simply a force for good. They are a complex, multifaceted organization with a hidden agenda. Their relationship with Quasartico is deeply intertwined. Their methods are often questionable, and their true loyalties are far from certain. As you navigate the streets of Lumiose, as you witness their actions firsthand, remember to question everything. Don't blindly accept their official narrative. Look beneath the surface. Uncover the truth, because the future of Lumios may very well depend on it. But Team MZ isn't the only force at play in this urban drama. There's a network of individuals operating in the shadows, seeking to expose the truth, to challenge the established order, and to protect the city from those who would exploit it. These are the supporting characters, the hidden networks, the unsung heroes of Lumios, and their stories are about to unfold. Let's talk about Emma. A seemingly ordinary young woman working at the Lumiose City PR video station, but her technical skills are anything but ordinary. Emma's exceptional coding skills and hacking abilities have allowed her to tap into TMMZ's communication networks, intercepting data and uncovering secrets that the organization would prefer to keep hidden. She's a digital ghost, a whisper in the machine, feeding information to those who dare to question the official narrative. But Emma is not alone. She's part of a larger network, a loose coalition of hackers, activists, and former TMZ employees who have grown disillusioned with the organization's methods. Mabel, the owner of the Lumiose City boutique, is more than just a purveyor of fine clothing. She's a master of disguise, a chameleon who can blend into any environment, gather information, and deliver it to the right people. Her boutique serves as a front, a meeting place for those seeking to exchange information and coordinate their efforts. Mabel's extensive network of contacts extends throughout Lumios, reaching into the highest echelons of society and the deepest corners of the underworld. She knows everyone, and everyone knows her. And she's not afraid to use her connections to protect the city she loves. Then there's Luca, the international police agent who, while officially investigating international crime syndicates, has taken a keen interest in the activities of Team MZ and Quasartico. He operates in the shadows, gathering evidence, interviewing witnesses, and piecing together the puzzle of Lumios's transformation. Luca is a seasoned investigator, a master of disguise, and a relentless pursuer of truth. He's seen the dark side of humanity, and he's not afraid to confront it. But he knows that he can't do it alone. He needs allies, people he can trust, people who are willing to risk everything to expose the truth. These are just a few of the supporting characters who populate the world of Pokémon Legends Z-A. They are the hidden networks, the underground information brokers, the web of relationships that drive the city's politics. They are the ones who challenge the established order, who fight for justice, and who ultimately determine the fate of Lumiose. Their relationships are complex, their motivations are often ambiguous, and their actions have far-reaching consequences. They are not simply pawns in a larger game. They are active participants shaping the narrative and influencing the course of events. The underground information brokers are a particularly intriguing element of this network. These individuals operate outside the law, gathering and selling information to the highest bidder. They are masters of espionage, adept at infiltrating organizations, stealing data, and manipulating events. They are driven by a variety of motives, ranging from greed to a genuine desire to expose corruption. Some are former Team MZ employees who have turned against the organization. Others are simply opportunists seeking to profit from the city's turmoil. Regardless of their motives, the information brokers play a crucial role in the city's political landscape. They provide a vital source of intelligence for those seeking to challenge the established order. They expose corruption, uncover secrets, and generally keep the powerful in check. But they are also dangerous. They are not afraid to use blackmail, intimidation, and violence to achieve their goals. They are masters of manipulation, adept at playing different sides against each other. And they are not to be trusted. The web of relationships that connects these individuals is incredibly complex. Alliances shift, betrayals occur, and loyalties are constantly tested. It's a world of intrigue, deception, and danger. And it's a world that you, as the player, will have to navigate carefully. As you journey through Lumios, you will encounter these characters, learn their stories, and forge your own alliances. You will have to decide who to trust, who to betray, and what sacrifices you are willing to make. The choices you make will have a profound impact on the city's future. Will you side with Team MZ and uphold the established order? Or will you join the hidden networks and fight for justice? The decision is yours. But remember, in Lumios, nothing is as it seems. Everyone has secrets, everyone has an agenda, and everyone is playing a game. You must be careful, you must be vigilant, and you must always question everything. The fate of Lumios depends on it. And speaking of journeys, let's not forget about your own. Your arrival in Lumios, your choice of starter Pokémon, and your early encounters with the city's mysteries will set the stage for everything that follows. It's time to delve into the starter's journey. Choosing between Chikorita, Totodile, or Tepig isn't just a matter of type matchups or aesthetic preference. In Lumios, your starter becomes a symbol, a reflection of your values, and a statement of your intentions. Each Pokémon resonates with a different aspect of the city's underlying tensions. Chikorita, with its gentle nature and affinity for nature, represents a connection to the past, to the pre-Quasartico Lumiose, a time when the city was more in harmony with its environment. Choosing Chikorita signals a desire to protect the city's natural heritage, to resist the relentless march of progress. Totodile, with its fierce determination and unwavering loyalty, embodies the spirit of the city's working class, those who have been displaced and marginalized by Quasartico's redevelopment projects. Choosing Totodile signifies a commitment to fighting for the underdog, to challenging the established order. Tepig, with its fiery spirit and unwavering optimism, represents the city's entrepreneurial spirit, those who see opportunity in the midst of chaos, those who are determined to make their mark on the world. Choosing Tepig signifies a desire to embrace the future, to build a better Lumios, even if it means playing by Quasartico's rules. Your choice of starter will influence your early encounters with the city's mysteries. Those who choose Chikorita may find themselves drawn into the environmental movement, investigating Quasartico's impact on the city's ecosystem. Those who choose Totodile may become involved in the city's underground resistance, fighting against Team MZ's oppression. And those who choose Tepig may find themselves working alongside Quasartico, helping to shape the city's future. Regardless of your choice, your journey through Lumios will be filled with challenges, intrigue, and danger. You will encounter TMMZ, the hidden networks, and the underground information brokers. You will have to make difficult decisions, forge unlikely alliances, and confront your own inner demons. Your progression from newcomer to major player will be gradual but inevitable. As you gain experience, build your team, and uncover the city's secrets, you will become an increasingly important figure in Lumios's political landscape. You will learn about the ZA Royale, the ranking system, and the nightly competitions. You will discover the true nature of Team MZ, their relationship with Quasartico, and their role in handling rogue mega evolutions. You will unravel the mysteries of AZ, the Immortal King, and his connection to Floette. And you will ultimately confront the rogue mega crisis, the violent transformations affecting wild Pokémon, the impact on city safety, and the theories about their origin. Your journey will not be easy. You will face betrayal, heartbreak, and loss. You will be tested to your limits. But you will also discover your own strength, your own resilience, and your own capacity for compassion. And in the end, you will emerge as a hero, a champion of Lumios, a symbol of hope for a city on the brink of transformation. But even as you rise through the ranks, as you uncover the city's secrets, and as you confront the forces of darkness, there's a tantalizing rumor that persists. A whisper of something even more powerful, something that awaits those who reach the very pinnacle of success. The promise of a wish. What awaits those who reach rank A? What is the nature of these granted wishes? Who or what has the power to fulfill them? And what is the true cost of achieving one's deepest desires? These are the questions that will drive you forward, that will motivate you to overcome every obstacle, and that will ultimately determine your fate in Lumios. But the answers, as you might expect, are far more complex than they appear. Chapter 8, Supporting Characters and Hidden Networks, detailed profiles of Emma, Mabel, and other returning characters, new faces in the investigation network, underground information brokers, and the web of relationships that drives city politics. Lumiose City, as you're beginning to realize, isn't just about gleaming towers and cutting-edge technology. It's a web, a tangled, complex network of individuals, organizations, and secrets, all vying for power and influence. And tonight, we're pulling back the curtain to expose the key players, the ones pulling the strings from the shadows, and the returning faces who might just hold the key to unraveling the city's biggest mysteries. Let's start with a familiar face, Emma. You remember her, right? The sweet, somewhat naive girl from the original games, thrust into the spotlight as the face of Lumios's PR campaign. But this isn't the same Emma. Years have passed and the city has changed her. She's still got that spark of kindness, but there's a hardened edge now, a world weariness in her eyes that speaks volumes about her experiences. You'll find her working within Quasartico, surprisingly enough. But she's not just a corporate pawn anymore. She's learned the game, understands the flow of information, and subtly uses her position to help those who can't help themselves. Think of her as a Robin Hood in corporate clothing, diverting resources and exposing injustices from within. But what about Mabel, the owner of the Lumios boutique? She's back too. And if you thought her sense of style was sharp before, prepare to be amazed. Mabel has become a true fashion icon, her influence spreading far beyond the city limits. But don't mistake her for just a pretty face. Mabel is a shrewd businesswoman with connections to every corner of the city. She knows who's buying what, who's meeting who, and what the latest whispers are on the street. Her boutique isn't just a place to buy clothes, it's a hub for information, a place where secrets are traded as freely as fabric swatches. Now, let's talk about some new faces. There's Detective Moreau, a hardened investigator with a reputation for cracking the toughest cases. He's seen the dark underbelly of Lumios, the crime, the corruption, the desperation. He's a cynic, sure, but underneath that gruff exterior is a deep-seated sense of justice. He's suspicious of everyone, especially Quasartico and Team MZ. And you, the player, will find yourselves caught between his investigation and the corporate web, forced to choose sides in a battle for the city's soul. Then there's Elias Vance, a tech genius who seemingly lives in the shadows. He's the go-to guy for anyone who needs to bypass security systems, track down hidden information, or create cutting-edge gadgets. He operates from a hidden lab beneath the city, a place filled with blinking lights, humming servers, and the faint smell of ozone. Vance is a neutral party for the most part. He doesn't care about politics or power struggles. He just wants to be left alone to tinker with his technology. But his skills are in high demand, and he often finds himself drawn into the city's conflicts, whether he likes it or not. And you'll soon discover that these individuals aren't operating in a vacuum. They're all connected, woven together in a complex network of alliances, rivalries, and mutual dependencies. Emma might feed information to Detective Moreau, hoping to expose Quasartico's wrongdoings. Mabel might use her influence to protect Elias Vance from the prying eyes of Team MZ. And you, the player, will have to navigate this web, forging alliances, uncovering secrets, and making choices that will determine the fate of Lumios. But let's delve deeper into the hidden networks that truly control the city. Forget what you see on the surface. Forget the glittering towers and the polished facades. The real power lies beneath, in the hands of information brokers, underground organizations, and shadowy figures who operate outside the law. There's the Whisper Network, a decentralized collective of hackers, informants, and disgruntled employees who share information anonymously. They're the eyes and ears of the city, constantly monitoring communications, tracking movements, and uncovering secrets that the powerful want to keep hidden. Access to the Whisper Network is difficult, requiring a series of coded messages, hidden drop-offs, and trust-based relationships. But those who gain access can unlock a wealth of information, from Quasartico's secret projects to Team MZ's hidden agendas. Then there's the Gilded Syndicate, a group of wealthy elites who control much of the city's economy. They're the ones who fund Quasartico's projects, influence political decisions, and manipulate the stock market. The Gilded Syndicate operates in the shadows, rarely revealing their faces or their intentions. They meet in secret locations, communicate through encrypted channels, and use their wealth and influence to maintain their power. Uncovering their secrets is a dangerous game, but it's essential if you want to understand the true power dynamics of Lumios. And finally, there's the Road Trainers Guild, an underground organization of trainers who operate outside the rules of the ZA Royale. They reject the ranking system, the corporate control, and the pressure to conform. They train in secret, battle for their own reasons, and protect the wild Pokémon that roam the city's edges. The Road Trainers Guild is a force to be reckoned with, a symbol of rebellion against the oppressive forces that control Lumios. Gaining their trust is difficult, but their knowledge of the city's hidden areas, their combat skills, and their unwavering loyalty can be invaluable in your quest. These networks, these individuals, they're all pieces of a puzzle. And as you progress through the game, you'll have to assemble those pieces, uncover the connections, and understand the relationships that bind them together. But be warned, trust is a rare commodity in Lumios. Everyone has their own agenda, their own secrets, and their own reasons for helping or hindering you. You'll have to learn to read between the lines, to discern truth from lies, and to choose your allies carefully. The political landscape of Lumios is just as complex as its social networks. Quasartico, with its immense wealth and influence, effectively controls the city's government. They fund political campaigns, lobby for favorable legislation, and use their media empire to shape public opinion. But there are forces pushing back. There are politicians who are wary of Quasartico's power, activists who are fighting for social justice, and ordinary citizens who are tired of being manipulated. The ZA Royale, with its ranking system and nightly competitions, also plays a significant role in city politics. The higher your rank, the more influence you have. Rank A. Trainers are treated like celebrities, showered with rewards, and given access to exclusive resources. But the lower ranks are often ignored, marginalized, and left to fend for themselves. This creates a social hierarchy, a system of haves and have-nots that fuels resentment and conflict. And then there's Team MZ, the organization tasked with maintaining order in the city. They're supposed to be neutral, impartial, and dedicated to protecting the citizens of Lumios. But their relationship with Quasartico is suspect. They often turn a blind eye to the corporation's wrongdoings, while cracking down harshly on anyone who threatens their interests. This raises questions about their true loyalties and their effectiveness as a peacekeeping force. Are they truly protectors, or are they just puppets of Quasartico? The City Council is ostensibly the governing body, but its power is severely limited by Quasartico's influence. Councillor Bellwether, a charismatic but ultimately ineffectual figure, tries to champion the needs of the common citizens. However, he's constantly thwarted by corporate lobbyists and political maneuvering. Councillor Thorm, on the other hand, is openly aligned with Quasartico, pushing through legislation that benefits the corporation at the expense of the public good. The mayoral office is largely ceremonial, with the current mayor, Madame Evangeline, serving as a figurehead for Quasartico's agenda. She makes public appearances, gives speeches, and promotes the corporation's vision of a redeveloped Lumios. But she has little real power, and her decisions are largely dictated by Quasartico's executives. But what about your starter Pokémon? How does your choice of Chikorita, Totodile, or Tepig influence your interactions with these characters and networks? Well, each Pokémon has its own unique strengths and weaknesses, its own personality, and its own way of interacting with the world. And those differences can have a significant impact on your journey through Lumios. Chikorita, with its gentle nature and its ability to soothe troubled Pokémon, might find itself drawn to the Rogue Trainers Guild, helping them to protect the wild Pokémon that roam the city's edges. Totodile, with its fierce determination and its powerful bite, might find itself working alongside Detective Moreau, tracking down criminals and uncovering conspiracies. And Tepig, with its fiery spirit and its ability to inspire others, might find itself leading a rebellion against Quasartico, fighting for social justice and equality. The choice is yours, of course. You can choose to follow the path that aligns with your starter Pokémon's strengths, or you can forge your own path, defying expectations and challenging the status quo. But whatever you choose, remember that your decisions have consequences. Every alliance you forge, every secret you uncover, every battle you fight will shape the future of Lumios. And speaking of battles, the ZA Royale isn't just about personal glory. It's a political tool, a way for Quasartico to control the population, to distract them from the real issues, and to reward those who support their agenda. The nightly competitions are broadcast throughout the city, showcasing the skills of the top trainers and promoting Quasartico's vision of a redeveloped Lumios. The winners are showered with prizes, endorsements, and political influence, while the losers are left to wallow in obscurity. But the ZA Royale also serves as a pressure valve, a way for people to vent their frustrations and to compete for resources. The lower-ranked trainers are often desperate, fighting for survival, for a chance to climb the ladder and improve their lives. This creates a cutthroat environment where alliances are fragile and betrayal is common. And in the midst of all this political intrigue and social maneuvering, there are personal stories, individual struggles, and moments of hope and despair. Emma's quiet acts of rebellion, Detective Moreau's unwavering pursuit of justice, Elias Vance's dedication to his craft. These are the stories that make Lumios come alive. These are the characters you'll connect with, the ones you'll root for, the ones you'll want to protect. As you navigate the city's labyrinthine streets, you'll encounter countless other characters, each with their own stories to tell, their own secrets to hide, and their own role to play in the drama that's unfolding. There's the elderly woman who runs a small flower shop, who seems to know more than she lets on. There's the street artist who uses graffiti to express his discontent with Quasartico's policies. There's the homeless man who wanders the city's alleys, muttering cryptic prophecies. These characters, these encounters, they're not just window dressing. They're integral to the story, providing clues, offering assistance, and adding depth and texture to the world. Pay attention to what they say, observe their behavior, and learn their secrets. They might just hold the key to unlocking Lumios's biggest mysteries. So, as you begin your journey through Lumios, remember that you're not just a trainer, you're an investigator, a detective, a player in a complex game of power and intrigue. You'll have to use your wits, your skills, and your Pokemon's abilities to uncover the truth, to expose the villains, and to protect the innocent. But be careful who you trust. In a city like Lumios, everyone has a hidden agenda. Everyone is playing their own game, and the stakes are higher than you can possibly imagine. What you're about to discover will change how you perceive the future of Lumios forever. And what about those at the very top? What awaits those who manage to climb the ranks of the ZA Royale and achieve the coveted rank A? What kind of power awaits them? And what wishes will they dare to make? Because next, we delve into the very nature of wishes, the hidden powers that grant them, and the potential cost of achieving your deepest desires in the heart of Lumios. Chapter 9. The Starter's Journey. Following the player character's path through Lumiose, the significance of choosing between Chikorita, Totodile, or Tepig, early encounters with the city's mysteries, and the progression from newcomer to major player. Lumiose City. It's a sprawling metropolis, a concrete jungle teeming with life, ambition, and secrets. But before you become entangled in the conspiracies and power struggles that define this urban landscape, you must first take your first steps, make a crucial choice, and begin your journey. Your adventure starts like many others. A fresh face arriving in Lumios, drawn by the promise of opportunity, the thrill of competition, or perhaps simply a desire for a new beginning. The city welcomes you with open arms, or at least, the illusion of open arms. The sheer scale of Lumios can be overwhelming at first. A maze of interconnected streets, towering skyscrapers, and bustling marketplaces. But amidst the chaos, a sense of excitement lingers in the air, a feeling that anything is possible. One of the first pivotal moments in your journey comes with the choice of your starter, Pokémon. In Legends Z-A, you aren't confined to the typical grass, fire, and water trio from Kalos. Instead, you're presented with 3 Pokémon from different regions, each with their own unique strengths and potential. Chikorita, the grass-type Pokémon from Johto, Totodile, the water-type from the same region, and Tepig, the fire-type from Unova. This choice isn't merely about type matchups or aesthetic preference. It's about forging a bond with a partner who will stand by you through thick and thin, a companion who will help you navigate the treacherous landscape of Lumios and uncover its hidden truths. Chikorita, with its gentle nature and affinity for healing, might appeal to those seeking a more supportive role, a Pokémon that can bolster your team and provide crucial assistance in battle. Totodile, on the other hand, offers a more aggressive approach, a powerful attacker with a fierce determination to win. And Tepig, with its fiery spirit and unwavering loyalty, is a versatile option that can adapt to a variety of situations. Think carefully about what you want to achieve in Lumios. Do you envision yourself as a cunning strategist, a powerful battler, or a compassionate healer? Your starter Pokémon will not only be your partner in battle, but also a reflection of your own values and aspirations. Once you've made your choice, your journey truly begins. You're quickly introduced to the basics of Lumiose life, the unique battle system, and the social hierarchy that governs the city. You learn about the ZA Royale, the nightly competition that determines your rank, and the importance of climbing the ladder to achieve your goals. Your initial encounters are relatively simple, tutorial battles against rookie trainers and wild Pokémon in the designated wild zones. But even these early skirmishes offer glimpses into the complexities of the real-time combat system. You quickly realize that simply spamming attacks won't cut it in Lumios. You need to master movement, positioning, and timing to outmaneuver your opponents and exploit their weaknesses. The wild zones themselves are a far cry from the idyllic roots of previous Pokémon games. They're urban ecosystems, pockets of wilderness that have sprung up within the city limits, a testament to the resilience of nature even in the face of rampant urbanization. These zones are teeming with wild Pokémon, some familiar, others not so much. And as you venture deeper into these untamed areas, you'll begin to notice something unsettling: a growing number of Pokémon exhibiting signs of uncontrolled mega evolution. These rogue mega Pokémon are a threat to both humans and Pokémon alike, their transformations fueled by a mysterious energy that seems to be emanating from the city itself. They're unpredictable, violent, and seemingly unstoppable. Your early encounters with these creatures will serve as a stark reminder of the dangers that lurk beneath the surface of Lumios, a hint of the darkness that threatens to consume the city. As you progress through the ranks, you'll begin to encounter other aspiring trainers, each with their own ambitions and motivations. Some will become rivals, challenging you to prove your strength and climb the ladder. Others will become allies, offering support and guidance as you navigate the treacherous landscape of Lumios. One of the first people you'll meet is likely to be Emma, a returning character from Pokémon X and Y. She's older now, wiser, and deeply entrenched in the city's underbelly. She recognizes your potential and offers to mentor you, guiding you through the intricacies of the battle system and the social dynamics of Lumiose. But Emma has her own secrets, her own agenda, and you'll soon realize that her motivations aren't entirely altruistic. You'll also encounter Mabel, another familiar face, now running a successful boutique in Lumios. She's still as eccentric and flamboyant as ever, but beneath her colorful exterior lies a sharp mind and a keen understanding of the city's power structures. Mabel can provide you with valuable information and resources, but she'll expect something in return. As you delve deeper into the city, you'll uncover a network of informants, shady dealers, and underground organizations, each vying for control of Lumios. You'll learn about Quasar Incorporated, the powerful corporation that's spearheading the city's redevelopment project, and their seemingly benevolent mission to transform Lumios into a shining beacon of progress. But you'll also begin to suspect that Quasar has a hidden agenda, a sinister plan that could jeopardize the entire city. You'll hear whispers of Team MZ, the organization tasked with maintaining order in Lumios, and their questionable methods of dealing with rogue mega Pokémon. Are they truly protectors of the city, or are they simply pawns in a larger game? And then there's AZ, the immortal king of Kalos, now operating Hotel Z in the heart of Lumios. He's a recluse, a man haunted by his past, but he holds the key to understanding the city's true history and the origins of the mega evolution phenomenon. Your early days in Lumios are a whirlwind of battles, encounters, and discoveries. You're constantly learning, adapting, and evolving, both as a trainer and as a person. You're forging bonds with your Pokémon, building relationships with other trainers, and uncovering the secrets that lie hidden beneath the city's glittering facade. But as you climb the ranks and delve deeper into the mysteries of Lumios, you'll realize that your journey is far from over. The challenges you face will become increasingly difficult, the stakes will become higher, and the choices you make will have far-reaching consequences. The ZA Royale isn't just a game, it's a reflection of the city's social hierarchy, a brutal competition that rewards strength, cunning, and ambition. As you rise through the ranks, you'll encounter trainers who are willing to do anything to win, to achieve their own desires, no matter the cost. You'll witness the dark side of Lumios, the corruption, the exploitation, and the desperation that drives people to make terrible choices. You'll be forced to confront your own values and decide what you're willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals. Reaching Rank A, the pinnacle of the ZA Royale, is the ultimate dream for many trainers in Lumios. It's said that those who achieve this rank are granted a wish, a chance to fulfill their deepest desires. But who or what has the power to grant these wishes? And what is the true cost of achieving one's dreams? As you approach Rank A, you'll begin to uncover the truth about the wishes, the hidden powers that govern Lumios, and the sacrifices that are required to attain them. You'll learn that the city's transformation isn't just about bricks and mortar. It's about the transformation of its people, their hopes, their dreams, and their souls. And you'll discover that your own journey is intertwined with the fate of Lumios, that your choices will determine the future of the city and its inhabitants. The weight of this responsibility will be immense, but you'll have your Pokémon by your side, your allies to support you, and your own unwavering determination to guide you. The path to rank A is fraught with peril, but the rewards are beyond measure. The power to shape your own destiny, the ability to fulfill your deepest desires, and the chance to make a lasting impact on the world. But remember, every choice has a consequence, and the wishes granted in Lumios may not always be what they seem. Your starter Pokémon will be your constant companion throughout this journey, evolving alongside you, growing stronger, and becoming an extension of your own will. The bond you share will be tested time and time again, but it will also be the source of your greatest strength. Chikorita, Totodile, or Tepig each represents a different path, a different set of values, but all three will ultimately lead you to the same destination, the heart of Lumios, where you'll confront your destiny and decide the fate of the city. The early stages of your adventure are just the beginning, a foundation upon which you'll build your legend. The mysteries of Lumiose will slowly unravel, revealing a complex web of intrigue, power, and ancient secrets. And as you delve deeper into this urban labyrinth, you'll begin to understand the true meaning of the ZA Royale and the significance of your own journey. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover AZ's complete history and his relationship with Floette. I hope you're as amazed by this as I am. If you want to stay updated on more content like this, make sure to subscribe and join our community of curious minds. Trust me, what's coming next will challenge everything you thought you knew. Chapter 10. Wishes, Rank A, and Hidden Powers. Deep exploration of what awaits those who reach the highest rank, the nature of granted wishes, who or what has the power to fulfill them, and the true cost of achieving one's deepest desires. Lumiose City. A dazzling metropolis built on dreams, ambition, and the thrill of the ZA Royale. But what lies beyond the glittering facade, past the adrenaline-fueled battles, and at the very peak of the ranking system? What awaits those who claw their way to rank A? The whispers start subtly. Rumors spread through the underground networks, traded like precious commodities. Stories of trainers who vanished after reaching the top, their wishes granted, their lives changed. But changed how? That's the question that hangs heavy in the air, thick with intrigue and a hint of dread. Reaching rank A isn't merely about mastering your Pokémon, perfecting your strategy, or dominating the real-time combat arenas. It's about proving your worth, your dedication, your very... The system itself seems to evaluate more than just skill. It gauges your ambition, your willingness to sacrifice, and the depth of your inner yearning. And what is the prize? A wish, a single, all-powerful wish granted by an unknown entity. A chance to rewrite your destiny, to achieve the impossible, to grasp the very thing your heart craves most. It sounds idyllic, doesn't it? The ultimate reward for a lifetime of dedication. But as with all things in Lumios, the reality is far more complex, far more dangerous. Consider the tale of Anya, a brilliant strategist known for her unorthodox team compositions and her unwavering determination. She rose through the ranks with astonishing speed, her battles becoming legendary showcases of skill and foresight. Her wish? To cure her partner Pokémon, a beloved Gardevoir, of a rare and incurable ailment. She achieved rank A, made her wish, and the Gardevoir was indeed healed. But Anya, she disappeared, no trace, no explanation. Some say she ascended to a higher plane of existence, her purpose fulfilled. Others whisper of a darker fate, a price paid for tampering with forces beyond human comprehension. Or what about Kenji, the stoic powerhouse who crushed his opponents with brute force and unwavering focus? He sought power, the ability to protect those he cared about from the ever-present dangers of Lumios. He reached rank A, made his wish, and gained incredible strength, surpassing even the most seasoned Mega Evolution masters. But his newfound power came at a cost. He became withdrawn, isolated, haunted by visions he couldn't explain. He had the power he craved, but he lost something far more precious in the process. These are just whispers, of course. Unconfirmed rumors passed down through the grapevine. Quasartico Incorporated would have you believe that reaching rank A is a testament to your success, a reward for your hard work. They paint a picture of a bright future, a world of limitless possibilities. But the truth, as always, lies hidden beneath the surface. So, who or what grants these wishes? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Some believe it's Quasartico themselves, wielding advanced technology to manipulate reality. Others point to AZ, the immortal king, his ancient power resonating throughout the city, capable of bending the very fabric of existence. Still others whisper of a hidden dimension, a realm of pure energy accessible only to those who have proven themselves worthy. The evidence is fragmented, inconclusive. But one thing is clear: the power that grants these wishes is immense, ancient, and potentially dangerous. It's a force that can reshape reality, alter destinies, and rewrite the very rules of the universe. And it's a force that demands a price. Think about the mega energy that fuels the real-time combat system. It's a source of incredible power, allowing Pokémon to transcend their limitations and achieve unimaginable feats. But it's also unstable, unpredictable, prone to causing spontaneous mega evolutions in wild Pokémon. Is the power behind the rank A wishes connected to mega energy? Is it a similar force, amplified to an even greater degree? The parallels are undeniable. Both mega energy and the wish-granting power seem to tap into something primal, something fundamental about the nature of Pokémon and their connection to humans. They both offer the promise of transcendence, the ability to surpass limitations and achieve the impossible. And they both carry the risk of unforeseen consequences, the potential for things to go horribly wrong. But let's delve deeper into the mechanics of the wish itself. What are the limitations? Are there rules that govern its use? Can you wish for anything, or are there certain restrictions in place? The answers to these questions are shrouded in secrecy, but the clues are there, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be uncovered. Consider the case of a trainer named Kai, obsessed with uncovering the truth behind rank A. He meticulously studied the patterns, the anomalies, the inconsistencies in the stories of those who had reached the top. He believed that the key to understanding the wish-granting power lay in the wording of the wish itself. He theorized that the system interpreted the wish literally, with no room for ambiguity or nuance. He tested his theory by manipulating the ZA Royale, deliberately throwing battles to observe how the system reacted. He analyzed the data, the algorithms, the underlying code that governed the ranking system. He became convinced that he had cracked the code, that he had discovered the secret to controlling the wish-granting power. He reached rank A and carefully crafted his wish, a meticulously worded statement designed to maximize his desired outcome while minimizing potential risks. He wished for the ability to understand and control all forms of energy in the Pokémon world. A broad wish, to be sure, but carefully worded to avoid unintended consequences. His wish was granted. He gained an unparalleled understanding of mega energy, Zmorphs, and even the legendary energies that powered the creation of the Pokémon world. But his newfound knowledge came at a price. He became overwhelmed by the sheer complexity of the energy systems, his mind constantly bombarded with information. He lost his ability to focus, his relationships crumbled, and he became a recluse, consumed by his endless quest for understanding. Kai's story serves as a cautionary tale. It demonstrates the inherent dangers of tampering with forces beyond human comprehension. It highlights the importance of careful consideration, of understanding the potential consequences of your desires. And it underscores the fact that even the most carefully worded wish can backfire in unexpected ways. So, what is the true cost of achieving one's deepest desires in Lumiose City? Is it worth sacrificing your sanity, your relationships, your very self, in pursuit of a wish? That's a question that each trainer must answer for themselves. But the answer may not be as simple as it seems. The true cost of a wish may not be immediately apparent. It may manifest itself in subtle ways, slowly eroding your happiness, your sense of purpose, your connection to the world around you. It may be a price that you only realize you've paid long after the wish has been granted. And what if the wish-granting power isn't benevolent? What if it's a manipulative force, preying on the desires of trainers, twisting their dreams into nightmares? What if it's using the wishes to achieve its own hidden agenda, slowly reshaping Lumiose City into something else? These are unsettling questions, but they are questions that must be asked. Because the fate of Lumiose City, and perhaps the entire Pokémon world, may depend on the answers, let's consider the implications of the city itself. Lumios is a city built on ambition, on competition, on the relentless pursuit of power. The ZA Royale system encourages trainers to strive for greatness, to push themselves to their limits, to sacrifice everything for the chance to reach the top. Is it possible that the city itself is somehow influencing the wish-granting power? Is it amplifying the desires of trainers, twisting them into something darker, more dangerous? The urban landscape of Lumios has been drastically reshaped by Quasartico's redevelopment project. New districts have sprung up, old neighborhoods have been demolished, and the very fabric of the city has been altered. Could this transformation be connected to the wish-granting power? Could Quasartico be deliberately manipulating the city to influence the wishes of trainers, to further their own hidden agenda? The evidence is circumstantial, but the connections are undeniable. Quasartico controls the ZA Royale. They oversee the ranking system, and they are responsible for the redevelopment of Lumiose City. They have the power, the resources, and the motive to manipulate the wish-granting power for their own benefit. But what is their ultimate goal? What do they hope to achieve by controlling the wishes of trainers? Are they seeking to unlock some hidden power, to gain access to a new dimension, to reshape the very fabric of reality? Or are they simply driven by greed, by the desire for power and control? The answers to these questions may lie hidden in the architecture of Lumiose City, in the subtle details of Quasartico's redevelopment project, in the whispers of the underground networks. We must delve deeper, explore the hidden corners of the city, and uncover the truth behind the wish-granting power before it's too late. And what of AZ? The immortal king, burdened by the weight of centuries, his heart filled with regret and longing. He operates Hotel Z, a seemingly innocuous establishment, but could he be more involved than he appears? Could he be a guardian of the wish-granting power, a protector of the balance between dreams and reality? Or is he a prisoner, trapped in Lumiose City, forced to witness the corruption of his ancient kingdom? His connection to Floette, his eternal companion, is a key piece of the puzzle. Floette represents hope, redemption, and the enduring power of love. Could she be the key to unlocking the secrets of the wish-granting power, to restoring balance to Lumiose City, to healing AZ's ancient wounds? The relationship between AZ and Floette is a complex and enigmatic one. It spans centuries, transcends death, and embodies the very essence of the Pokémon world. Their connection is a powerful force, capable of shaping destinies and altering the course of history. And it may be the key to understanding the true nature of the wish-granting power. But what if Floette is not who she appears to be? What if she is a pawn in a larger game, a tool used by Quasartico or some other hidden power to manipulate AZ and control the wish-granting power? What if her very existence is a lie, a fabrication designed to keep AZ in check and prevent him from interfering with their plans? These are dark possibilities, but they cannot be ignored. Because the fate of Lumiose City, and perhaps the entire Pokémon world, may depend on uncovering the truth about AZ and Floette. The rogue mega-crisis, the spontaneous and violent mega-evolutions affecting wild Pokémon, is another piece of the puzzle. Could these uncontrolled transformations be connected to the wish-granting power? Could they be a side effect of its use, a manifestation of its instability? Or are they a deliberate act of sabotage, a way to destabilize Lumiose City and create chaos? Team MZ, the organization tasked with maintaining order and handling rogue Mega Pokémon, plays a crucial role in this unfolding drama. Are they truly dedicated to protecting the citizens of Lumiose City, or are they simply pawns of Quasartico, enforcing their will and suppressing dissent? Their relationship with Quasartico is a complex and potentially corrupt one. They receive funding and resources from the corporation, but they also seem to operate with a degree of autonomy. Are they aware of Quasartico's hidden agenda? Are they complicit in their manipulation of the wish-granting power? The answers to these questions may lie hidden in their training methods, in their internal structure, in their interactions with the citizens of Lumiose City. We must investigate their motives, their loyalties, and their true purpose in this unfolding crisis. And what of the player character, the newcomer to Lumiose City, the trainer who chooses between Chikorita, Totodile, or Tepig? What role will they play in this unfolding drama? Will they become a pawn of Quasartico, a champion of the ZA Royale, or a rebel fighting for the freedom of Lumiose City? Their journey through the city will be fraught with peril, filled with difficult choices and moral dilemmas. They will encounter powerful allies and dangerous enemies, uncover hidden secrets and confront their own deepest desires. And their choices will ultimately determine the fate of Lumiose City. The significance of choosing between Chikorita, Totodile, or Tepig should not be underestimated. Each Pokémon represents a different path, a different approach to the challenges that lie ahead. Chikorita embodies resilience and growth, Totodile represents power and instinct, and Tepig represents passion and determination. The choice of starter Pokémon will shape the player character's journey, influencing their relationships, their battles, and their ultimate destiny. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover the emotional core of AZ's story, his ancient loss and eternal regret, the role of Floette in both past tragedy and potential future healing, and how personal redemption interweaves with citywide transformation. Get ready, trainers, because the truth behind AZ is more heartbreaking and ultimately more hopeful than you can possibly imagine. Chapter 11: Redemption and the Floette Connection. The emotional core of AZ's story, his ancient loss and eternal regret, the role of Floette in both past tragedy and potential future healing, and how personal redemption interweaves with citywide transformation. Imagine, for a moment, standing before the towering Hotel Z, a monument to a man who has seen more sunrises than entire civilizations. AZ, the immortal king. His story, woven into the very fabric of Lumiose City, is one of profound loss and the agonizing weight of unending life. But is redemption truly possible after such a long and burdened existence? And what role does Floette, his lost companion, play in the potential healing of both AZ and the city he now silently observes? We've touched on AZ before, seen the glimpses of his melancholic presence. But now we delve deeper, peeling back the layers of time and tragedy to understand the man behind the myth. His immortality isn't a gift, but a curse, a constant reminder of the choices he made and the love he lost. Think about it. To live for centuries, to witness the rise and fall of empires, the evolution of humanity, the slow, inevitable march of time, all while carrying the burden of a single, devastating decision. It's a weight that would crush anyone. Yet AZ endures. But at what cost? His story begins not in the gleaming towers of modern Lumios, but in the ancient kingdom of Kalos, a land ravaged by war. He was a king, a protector of his people. And like any leader, he faced impossible choices in the face of unimaginable horrors. The war, fueled by a desperate need for resources, threatened to consume everything. And AZ, desperate to protect his beloved Floette, created the ultimate weapon, a machine fueled by life force capable of ending the conflict in an instant. But victory came at a terrible price. The weapon, while effective, stole the life force of countless Pokémon, leaving a scar upon the land and upon AZ's soul. Floette, horrified by the destruction, abandoned him, unable to reconcile the loving man she knew with the destructive force he had unleashed. This is the core of AZ's tragedy. He acted out of love, to protect what was most precious to him, but his actions ultimately drove it away. The immortality he gained from the weapon became a constant reminder of his failure, a perpetual sentence of loneliness. Centuries passed. AZ wandered the land, a silent observer, a ghost in his own life. He witnessed the rebuilding of Kalos, the rise of Lumiose City, the evolution of Pokémon battling. He saw the best and worst of humanity, all while carrying the unbearable weight of his past. Now, in modern Lumios, he operates Hotel Z, a seemingly unremarkable establishment, yet a place steeped in history and hidden meaning. Why a hotel? Perhaps it's a symbol of his own transient existence, a place of temporary refuge for others, mirroring his own search for solace. Or maybe it's a place where he hopes, against all odds, to one day be reunited with Floette. The question that burns within us, and should be burning within you, is this: can AZ ever truly find redemption? Can he ever escape the shadow of his past and find peace? The answer, as with all things in Pokémon Legends Z-A, is complex and multifaceted. It's not simply a matter of atonement or forgiveness. It's about understanding the context of his actions, the motivations behind his choices, and the long, arduous journey he has undertaken since that fateful day. Think about the city itself. Lumios, with its gleaming towers and hidden depths, is a reflection of AZ's own internal landscape. The wild zones, the chaotic and unpredictable areas on the city's fringes, represent the untamed consequences of his actions, the lingering effects of the ancient war. The battle zones, the arenas where trainers test their skills, symbolize the ongoing struggle for power and control, a struggle that AZ himself once waged on a much grander scale. Even the corporate entity of Quasartico Incorporated plays a role in AZ's potential redemption. Their redevelopment project, while seemingly focused on progress and modernization, could also be seen as an attempt to erase the past, to bury the scars of the war beneath layers of steel and concrete. But can the past truly be erased? Or will it always find a way to resurface, to remind us of the consequences of our choices? The ZA Royale, with its ranking system and nightly competitions, is another layer of complexity. It reflects the human desire for recognition and power, a desire that ultimately led to AZ's tragic decision. But within the ZA Royale, there is also the potential for growth and self-discovery. Trainers can learn from their mistakes, hone their skills, and rise through the ranks, not through brute force, but through strategy, teamwork, and compassion. And then there's the real-time combat and mega evolution mechanics. These elements, while seemingly focused on battling, also represent the potential for transformation and growth. Mega evolution, in particular, is a powerful metaphor for the ability to overcome limitations and unlock hidden potential. But it also carries a risk, the potential for uncontrolled power and destructive consequences. Which brings us back to the Road Mega Crisis. These spontaneous and violent mega evolutions affecting wild Pokémon are a direct consequence of AZ's actions. The life force that he unleashed centuries ago is still reverberating through the land, causing instability and chaos. It's a tangible manifestation of his guilt, a constant reminder of the damage he has caused. Team MZ, the organization tasked with maintaining order, represents the attempt to control these chaotic forces. But are they truly effective? Or are they simply masking the underlying problem, treating the symptoms without addressing the root cause? And what is their relationship with Quasartico? Are they truly acting in the best interests of the city, or are they serving a hidden agenda? The supporting characters like Emma and Mabel, and the hidden networks that operate beneath the surface of Lumios, all play a role in AZ's story. They represent the interconnectedness of the city, the web of relationships and secrets that bind everyone together. And within these networks, there may be clues to AZ's past, and perhaps even the key to his redemption. Consider the starter, Pokémon, Chikorita, Totodile, and Tepig. Each represents a different path, a different approach to life. Chikorita embodies healing and growth, Totodile represents strength and resilience, and Tepig symbolizes passion and determination. The choice of starter Pokémon reflects the player character's own journey, their own quest for self-discovery and purpose. And what of the wishes granted to those who reach rank A in the ZA Royale? What are these wishes, and who or what has the power to fulfill them? Could one of these wishes be the key to AZ's redemption? Could it be the means to reunite him with Floette and finally bring peace to his tormented soul? This is where the Floette connection becomes paramount. Floette isn't just a lost companion, she's a symbol of hope, a representation of the love and compassion that AZ once embodied. Her absence is a constant reminder of his failure, but her potential return is also the key to his salvation. Imagine the moment of their reunion. After centuries of separation, after lifetimes of regret, AZ finally comes face to face with Floette. What would he say? What would she say? Would she forgive him? Would she understand the choices he made? The answer, we believe, lies not in words but in actions. AZ must demonstrate that he has learned from his past, that he has atoned for his mistakes, and that he is committed to building a better future for Lumiose City and for the world. He must use his immortality not as a burden, but as an opportunity to heal the wounds of the past and to create a lasting legacy of peace and compassion. This brings us to the emotional core of the story. AZ's redemption isn't just about him, it's about the entire city. It's about transforming Lumiose from a place of conflict and division into a place of unity and harmony. It's about healing the scars of the past and building a future where everyone can thrive. Think about the implications. If AZ can find redemption, if he can reunite with Floette and bring peace to his soul, then perhaps anyone can. Perhaps even the most grievous mistakes can be forgiven and the most profound losses can be healed. But the journey to redemption is never easy. It requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to confront the darkest aspects of oneself. It requires a willingness to learn from the past and to embrace the future with hope and determination. And it requires the help of others. AZ cannot achieve redemption alone. He needs the support of the player character, the guidance of his allies, and the understanding of the people of Lumiose City. He needs to be reminded of the good that still exists in the world, the potential for love and compassion that lies within each of us. The citywide transformation that is at the heart of Pokémon Legends Z-A is inextricably linked to AZ's personal redemption. As he heals, so too does the city. As he finds peace, so too does Lumios. But how will this transformation manifest? Will it be a physical change, a visible shift in the urban landscape, or will it be a more subtle transformation, a change in the hearts and minds of the people? We believe it will be both. The city will evolve, adapting to the needs of its inhabitants, embracing new technologies and innovations. But more importantly, the people of Lumios will change, becoming more tolerant, more compassionate, and more willing to work together to create a better future. And Floette, of course, will play a central role in this transformation. Her presence will be a beacon of hope, a symbol of the power of love and forgiveness. She will inspire others to overcome their own challenges and to embrace the potential for healing and growth. But the path to redemption is fraught with peril. There are those who would seek to exploit AZ's past, to use his power for their own selfish gain. There are those who would seek to prevent his reunion with Floette, to keep him trapped in his cycle of despair. And there is the ever-present threat of the road mega-crisis, the lingering effects of AZ's past actions that continue to plague the city. These chaotic forces must be controlled, and the underlying cause must be addressed if Lumios is to truly heal. So, the question remains, can AZ achieve redemption? Can he reunite with Floette and bring peace to Lumiose City? The answer, as you might suspect, is not a simple yes or no. It's a journey, a process of growth and transformation that will unfold throughout the course of the game. And it's a journey that you, as the player, will play a crucial role in shaping. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next, we uncover the secrets of the Mega Dimension DLC and the terrifying power Hooper holds over space itself, and how these cosmic forces threaten to rewrite the very reality of Lumiose. Chapter 12: Mega Dimension DLC and Beyond. Exploration of the planned expansion content, Hooper's dimensional powers, spatial distortions affecting Lumios, new megaforms, and how these elements expand the game's cosmic scope and future implications. Prepare yourself, because what we're about to uncover could very well redefine the entire scope of Pokémon Legends Z-A. The narrative we've been meticulously piecing together, the characters we've grown to understand, the very foundations of Lumiose City itself, all stand on the precipice of a dimensional shift. We're talking, of course, about the Mega Dimension DLC. Think of it not just as an expansion, but as a fundamental recalibration of the game's possibilities. It's a gateway to realities previously unseen, realities that bleed into our own through the machinations of one particularly mischievous Pokémon, Hooper. Hooper, the mischief Pokémon. We know it for its rings, capable of summoning objects and even legendary Pokémon from unimaginable distances. But in the context of the Mega Dimension DLC, its powers transcend mere transportation. We're talking about manipulating the very fabric of space, tearing holes between dimensions, and unleashing forces that could unravel the meticulously constructed reality of Lumiose City. The initial hints were subtle. Glitches in the cityscape, unexplained weather phenomena, reports of Pokémon behaving erratically, even more so than those affected by the Rogue Mega Crisis. But as Quasartico Incorporated delves deeper into its redevelopment projects, these anomalies escalate. Construction sites become focal points for spatial distortions. Entire city blocks flicker in and out of existence, replaced for fleeting moments by alien landscapes. Imagine walking down a familiar street, only to have the buildings around you dissolve into a jungle teeming with ancient Pokémon, or a volcanic wasteland ripped straight from the heart of the earth. These aren't mere hallucinations. They're glimpses into other dimensions, brought forth by Hooper's unrestrained power. And at the center of it all, the rings. Hooper's rings aren't just portals, they're conduits for raw, untamed energy. Energy that warps reality, twists space, and amplifies the potential for mega evolution in ways we never thought possible. This brings us to the core of the DLC, new mega forms. Not just refinements of existing mega evolutions, but entirely new transformations, born from the dimensional energies swirling around Lumiose City. Think mega evolutions infused with the essence of other worlds. Consider this. A mega Ampharos crackling with the electrical energy of a dimension perpetually locked in a thunderstorm. Or a mega Absol, its blade sharpened by the desolate winds of a spectral realm, its ability to foresee disaster amplified to a terrifying degree. These aren't just power boosts, they're reflections of the dimensional energies that permeate Lumiose City. Each mega evolution, a unique manifestation of the chaos unleashed by Hooper. And they come with a cost. The mega energy system, already a crucial element of the game's combat mechanics, becomes even more volatile. The closer a Pokémon is to a spatial distortion, the more readily it can mega evolve. But the risk of being overwhelmed by dimensional energy increases exponentially. A trainer who pushes their Pokémon too far could witness a catastrophic loss of control, a rogue mega evolution on a scale never before seen. Imagine a mega Charizard Y, not just burning with its own flames, but engulfed in the inferno of an entire volcanic dimension, its power uncontrollable, its rage absolute. The city itself becomes a battlefield, a dynamic arena where the boundaries between dimensions blur. Wild zones shift and expand, incorporating elements from other realities. The battle zone becomes a nexus point for interdimensional conflict, where trainers clash not just for rank, but for the very survival of their world. And what of AZ? The immortal king, burdened by the weight of history, finds himself confronted with a threat unlike any he has ever faced. His connection to Floette, a symbol of hope and redemption, becomes even more crucial as the city teeters on the brink of collapse. Could Floette's power, a power intrinsically linked to the life force of the Kalos region, be the key to stabilizing the dimensional rifts? Or will the chaos unleashed by Hooper overwhelm even her, plunging Lumiose City into an eternal state of dimensional flux. The implications extend far beyond the city limits. The spatial distortions aren't confined to Lumios. They ripple outwards, affecting the entire Kalos region, potentially even destabilizing other Pokémon worlds. This isn't just a local crisis, it's a threat to the entire Pokémon multiverse. And what of Quasartico Incorporated? How does this dimensional chaos factor into their redevelopment plans? Are they aware of the true nature of the forces they are manipulating? Or are they merely pawns in a game far grander and far more dangerous than they could possibly imagine? The questions mount, each one more unsettling than the last. But one thing is certain. The Mega Dimension DLC promises to be a game changer, a paradigm shift that will forever alter our understanding of Pokémon Legends Z-A. But the arrival of Hooper is more than just a new challenge, it's a catalyst. It forces us to re-evaluate everything we thought we knew about the nature of mega evolution, the boundaries of reality, and the potential consequences of unchecked power. The DLC throws open the doors to entirely new areas within Lumiose City, previously inaccessible due to dimensional instability. These areas are reflections of other realities, twisted and distorted versions of familiar locations. Imagine exploring a version of Prism Tower that's being fused with a crystalline structure from another dimension, its energy output amplified to an unimaginable degree. Or navigating a wild zone overrun with plant life from a prehistoric world where ancient Pokémon roam free. These new areas aren't just visually stunning, they're also incredibly dangerous. The dimensional energies that permeate them can have unpredictable effects on both trainers and Pokémon. A simple battle could suddenly be interrupted by a spatial rift, unleashing a horde of interdimensional creatures. The challenge lies in adapting to these ever-changing conditions, mastering the new Mega Evolution mechanics, and harnessing the power of the dimensional energies without succumbing to their corrupting influence. And what about Team MZ? How do they factor into this interdimensional crisis? Are they equipped to handle a threat of this magnitude? Or will they be overwhelmed by the chaos, their efforts to maintain order rendered futile? The answers lie hidden within the depths of the Mega Dimension DLC, waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to venture into the unknown. But the risks are immense. The fate of Lumiose City, and perhaps the entire Pokémon multiverse, hangs in the balance. The DLC introduces new characters, individuals who have learned to adapt to the shifting realities of Lumiose City. Some are interdimensional travelers, beings who have mastered the art of navigating the rifts between worlds. Others are scientists, obsessed with understanding the nature of dimensional energy and harnessing its power for their own purposes. These new characters offer unique perspectives on the crisis, providing valuable insights into the nature of Hooper's power and the potential consequences of its actions. They also offer new quests and challenges, pushing trainers to their limits as they explore the uncharted territories of the Mega Dimension. But not all of these newcomers are benevolent. Some are driven by selfish desires, seeking to exploit the dimensional energies for their own gain, regardless of the consequences. They represent a new threat to Lumiose City, a threat that could prove even more dangerous than the rogue mega crisis. The lines between friend and foe become blurred as trainers navigate the treacherous landscape of the Mega Dimension DLC. Trust is a luxury they can ill afford. Every alliance must be carefully considered, every decision weighed against the potential risks. The DLC also delves deeper into the lore of Hooper itself, exploring its origins, its motivations, and the true extent of its power. We learn that Hooper isn't just a mischievous prankster, it's a being of immense power, capable of reshaping reality itself. Its actions aren't necessarily malicious. It's simply acting on its own instincts, driven by a primal urge to explore and manipulate the world around it. But its actions have unintended consequences, unleashing forces that it may not be able to control. The challenge lies in understanding Hooper's true nature, finding a way to communicate with it, and perhaps even guiding it towards a more responsible use of its powers. But this is no easy task. Hooper is a wild card, an unpredictable force that could either save Lumiose City or destroy it. The Mega Dimension DLC isn't just an expansion, it's a culmination of everything that Pokémon Legends Z-A has been building towards. It's a synthesis of the game's core themes: urban redevelopment, social hierarchy, technological advancement, and the delicate balance between humanity and nature. It forces us to confront the consequences of our actions, the potential dangers of unchecked ambition, and the importance of understanding and respecting the forces that shape our world. It's a reminder that even in a world of Pokémon, where dreams can come true and anything is possible, there are still limits to what we can control. And as we reach the highest echelons of the ZA Royale, what becomes of the wishes granted? Are they twisted by dimensional energies, or do they hold the key to stabilizing the city? The implications of the Mega Dimension DLC ripple outwards, not just within the game world, but also within the broader Pokémon universe. It raises profound questions about the nature of reality, the existence of alternate dimensions, and the potential for interdimensional travel. Could this be the beginning of a new era for the Pokémon franchise? An era where the boundaries between worlds become increasingly blurred? Could future games that explore these themes in even greater depth, delving into the mysteries of the Pokémon multiverse? The possibilities are endless. And as we stand on the precipice of this new era, one thing is certain: the world of Pokémon will never be the same again. But the exploration of the Mega Dimension is not without its risks. As trainers delve deeper into these alternate realities, they face new challenges, new enemies, and new ethical dilemmas. Imagine being confronted with a version of yourself from another dimension, a version who has made different choices, who has walked a different path. Would you embrace this alternate self? Or would you reject it, viewing it as a threat to your own identity? These are the kinds of questions that the Mega Dimension DLC forces us to confront. It challenges our assumptions about who we are, what we believe in, and what we are willing to do to achieve our goals. The DLC also introduces new gameplay mechanics that reflect the shifting realities of Lumiose City. Trainers must learn to adapt to unpredictable environmental conditions, navigate treacherous terrain, and master new combat strategies. The real-time combat system becomes even more dynamic, with spatial distortions altering the battlefield in unexpected ways. Pokémon can be suddenly teleported to different locations, forcing trainers to think on their feet and adjust their tactics accordingly. Mega Evolution becomes even more crucial, providing trainers with the power they need to overcome the challenges of the Mega Dimension. But it also becomes more dangerous, with the risk of being overwhelmed by dimensional energy ever present. The Mega Dimension DLC is a test of skill, strategy, and adaptability. It's a challenge that will push even the most experienced trainers to their limits. But it's also an opportunity to discover new powers, forge new alliances, and uncover the secrets of the Pokémon multiverse. And so, we stand at the crossroads, peering into the swirling vortex of the Mega Dimension. Lumiose City trembles, reality flickers, and the fate of countless worlds hangs in the balance. The stakes have never been higher. What awaits us in the depths of this dimensional chaos? What secrets will we uncover? And what sacrifices will we have to make to ensure the survival of Lumiose City? The answers lie hidden within the Mega Dimension DLC, waiting to be revealed. But one thing is certain: the journey will be fraught with peril, and the outcome is far from certain. But the story doesn't end there. The echoes of Hooper's dimensional disturbances linger, and the secrets of AZ's past are far from fully unearthed. Because next, we delve into the intricate web of supporting characters and hidden networks that truly control Lumiose City.